gentlemen, your Edmonton Oilers!
10, 9, 2, 4, X6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here is the starting lineup for your Edmonton Oilers. In goal, number 33, Cam Talbot. On defense, number 2, Andre Sekera. And number 5, Mark Fade. The forward line for the Oilers, number 4, Taylor Hall. Number 26, Hero Pakarinen. And number 29, Leon Draisaitl. The Edmonton Oilers would also like to welcome tonight's Scotiabank skater, 11-year-old Taylor Burrows. Visit ScotiabankSkaters.com and have your hockey hero skate with their hockey heroes. Hockey fans, it's time to present the Molson Cup for the month of March. To present the Molson Cup, please welcome Chris Deschamps, President of Century Hospitality Group, along with David Vigioni, Vice President of Sales from Molson Coors Canada, Ontario, and Western Canada region as well. And now we announce the Molson Cup winner. Please welcome number 97, Connor McDavid. A donation will be made in Connor's name for $1,000 to the Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation in support of the Jumpstart Foundation. On behalf of Molson and the Edmonton Oilers, congratulations, Connor. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special final ceremonial face-off here at Rexall Place. Tonight, we're honored to welcome a number of individuals, all of whom represent a group who has contributed significantly to the Oilers' history in the building. Please join us in welcoming, representing all of the event staff who deliver your Oilers game experience, a gentleman who will be sitting behind the Rexall Place microphone one final time this evening after 35 years of announcing all those memorable goals, Mark Lewis. Representing 4 decades of Oilers office staff, a member of the Oilers ticket department for over 25 years, Sheila McCaskill. Representing the staff from Northlands who have served you since 1974, an usher here in Rexall Place for 42 years, Miles Poliak. Representing the media and broadcast personnel who covered the Oilers with 3,542 games behind the mic, Hall of Famer Ron Phillips. Representing the executive of the Oilers, the man behind the NHL's first ever outdoor game, and club president for 15 years, Patrick LaForge. Representing the most loyal and passionate fans in all of hockey, an Oilers season seat holder since the WHA, who's rarely missed a game in 4 decades, Margaret Mrazek. Representing the Oilers coaches and trainers, he's one of the most celebrated equipment managers in the history of hockey, having excelled at his craft for over a quarter century with the Edmonton Oilers. 5-time Stanley Cup champion Barry Stafford. 30-year employee of the Oilers in both business and hockey operations and a part of the 1988 and 1990 Stanley Cup championships, Brian Ross. Representing all of the players who pulled on an Oilers jersey and stepped on this very ice, will you please welcome the very first man selected by the Alberta Oilers in the 1972 WHA General Player Draft, Val Fontaine. And finally, representing the ownership history of the Oilers, a man who twice led major initiatives to keep the Oilers here in Edmonton, including recruiting investors for and eventually becoming chairman of the Edmonton Investors Group, Cal Nichols. At this time, we would like to call on the captain of the Vancouver Canucks, Henrik Sedin, and Taylor Hall from your Edmonton Oilers to join our very special group as Cal Nichols drops the ceremonial face-off puck. Fans, let's hear it for this great group in 42 years at Rexall Place. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we would ask you to please rise, remove your hats, and join in the singing of our national anthem one final time at Rexall Place with Oilers legend Paul Orio.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons of man.
Wow, in honor of Paul Orio, that brings back many memories. And speaking of memories, he's in them when it comes to the Oilers and Stanley Cups. And he's alongside Drew Remenda. A big Western welcome to Bob Cole.
Good evening, everybody. And for the very last time, a big welcome from Rexall Place, home of the 5-time Stanley Cup champions, the Edmonton Oilers. Vancouver Canucks are in town tonight. Starting goalies brought to you by Tim Hortons, official coffee of the National Hockey League. Jacob Markstrom is making his 29th start of the season, and that is a career high for him. He has a 2.61 goals against average. Well, you know, there have been some great goalies for the Oilers here in this building, Rexall Place. Andy Moog, Grant Fure, Bill Ranford, Curtis Joseph. Now it's Cam Talbot's turn to show them what he's got on this last game in this magical building. Tom Cowell and Jake Brink are the referees. Brian Mack and John Grant, the linesmen. The Oilers in those orange uniforms trimmed with blue and white are on the move right off the bat. Sekera, Fane, the two blue liners starting for Edmonton. Tanev and Hamhuis are the defensemen for Vancouver. The Sedins and Hansen are starting up front. They can't get the puck on this first attempt. Hamhuis gives it to Tanev. Back to Hamhuis. He'll come to center ice and find the Sedins going in after the puck. But they're going to change now. Already just 30 seconds and a bit into the first period, and the first change is occurring. Edmonton Oilers get the puck down the ice. Maroons shot it in hard off the boards. It'll be cleared as far as the line, and Reinhart stopped it there for the Oilers. Dumped it ahead. He stays open at the line and takes the pass. Quick screen shot is tipped all right, but wide of the net. And Hutton takes over for Vancouver. He gave it to Trampkin. He'll roll it ahead off the boards. A tough pass to handle. So that's an icing call against Vancouver.
Bob, let's take a look at our Tim Hortons keys to the game. First for the Vancouver Canucks, spoiler alert, without a doubt. They want to come in and ruin this party of the Edmonton Oilers. And after the last game for the Edmonton Oilers, Todd McLellan talked about the last 2 days of practice. It's all about effort tonight. Put in a good effort.
Oilers on the attack, winning the face-off, but not for long. It is just flipped off the boards and down the ice by Dorsett. Took off in there and took a pretty good hit along the boards. Darnell Nurse takes over, got it ahead for Edmonton, not far enough. And Adam Pardy is back there, down on one knee, played the puck anyway, started the play that gets him out, and Korpikoski is coming in hard. With him is Yakupov, around the net, centering pass doesn't work. Markstrom kicked one away, and it's still loose in that Vancouver zone. And now played to the line. That's where it stopped, and it's shot at the net by Nurse. Easily blocked, and Dorsett starts the Canucks back again. No score, just underway in the final game in Rexall Place in Edmonton. Hard to believe the number of games that have happened here and the thousands and thousands of roaring fans. 5 Stanley Cups.
And you called all of them.
Enjoyed every second.
Bet you did. There was some terrific hockey at that time.
Dumped ahead by Tanev. Drew Remenda here with us tonight alongside, and I am delighted to be back working with Drew. He's the big voice out here in Western Canada.
It's more of an honor for me, Bob. This is going to be a great night because you are here calling this final game.
Well, Vancouver will circle. They're going to leave right after the game for Calgary. They'll play tomorrow night. And then one more game at home against this Edmonton team. That'll be Edmonton Oilers final. Trempkin tried a shot. The big Russian put it right on the net. And Cam Talbot makes his first stop.
Cam Talbot has been a guy that Todd McLellan has really looked at with lots of favor and admiration, because the fact that Cam Talbot had a stretch through this season where it wasn't very good, the coach talked about the fact that Cam put the effort in and was able to get his game back. And they do believe here in Edmonton that they've got a solid starting goalie.
Draisaitl, Pakarinen, Taylor Hall for Edmonton. Gauntz, Burrows, Bedon for Vancouver. The goalie, Markstrom, leaves the net to play the puck. Got it over to Trampkin, number 88 for Vancouver. The Oilers break up that attempted rush, and 88 is back to pick it up for the Canucks. Dropped it at the side of his own goal. Looked pretty smooth, this big guy. Now at center ice, the puck knocked down by Osterley. Shot back in by the Edmonton Oilers defenseman. Play a little bit scrappy to start the game. Are they nervous or cautious, or what do you think?
I think nervous for the Edmonton Oilers after the last game they had and the 2 practices they had. For the Vancouver Canucks, I think they're just a little cautious right now as the other game's going to start off.
There's Eberle taking off. Comes in, might get a shot. No, he won't now. Bounced off balance with a decent shoulder check. Oilers are on the puck, though, passing it well to the line as Nurse. Little backhander in wide of the goal. The goalie, Markstrom, will smother the puck.
Willie Desjardins has had a turbulent season because of all the injuries that the Vancouver Canucks have incurred, but he went on record last game talking about the culture. He wants to make sure that the culture does not slip in Vancouver, and boy, the Sedins really helped him out in that case, because those are 2 veterans who do not let anybody slip and get away with not giving everything they've got.
Face off in the Vancouver zone. Bartkowski takes over right away. Hangs on to it. The 2 defensemen back and forth with the passes. Shot down the ice. No icing. The play will continue. So the Oilers got back in a hurry. Giveaway, though, nearly caused damage right off the bat. Centering pass missed in front of the net. Bartkowski steps up and shot it around that goal. And the Oilers have a tough time getting organized. There's another giveaway. That's 2 in a row on this ship for Edmonton. Sedin on the ice made the pass. That was Sedin, Henrik rather, who played it back to the blue line. Daniel was on the other side. And here's Dorsett getting a shot. Hard one, too, up high on the shoulder of Cam Talbot. Oilers dump it in.
Right, those giveaways, Bob. You didn't have those in your zone. The Oilers have been guilty of that pretty much all year.
Tanev starts him off. Knifed at the net. Cleared away by Talbot. The puck in play quickly. Reinhart tries to pick it up, and he won't do it yet. Kept in at the blue line by Tanev. Finally, Edmonton on the puck. And Yakupov threw it through the middle. Carrying on and going in is Nugent-Hopkins. Daniel Sedin couldn't knock it down, so the Oilers attack again just onside that play. Passing it well inside the blue line after it is Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Off the boards. Cleared out by the Vancouver Canucks. Pass ahead intended for Virtanen. Didn't reach him, hit a skate right in front of him. And Adam Pardy stands alone in front of his goalie. He'll take it again on the pass off the boards behind the net. And he gave it away. That's 3 of them by Edmonton in the last pair of shifts. Not a good start.
No, and every time it's come back to Cam Talbot. Bob, what was it like back in those days when this team was winning championships? As we look at the great players, especially a guy like Wayne Gretzky, was it always something special coming into this building?
Always and forever. Every building. When I had the opportunity to travel with the Oilers in those heydays and got to know them pretty well. And Glenn Sather's been a lifelong friend, of course. He's set up the team.
It's amazing what he did. He was the architect of a dynasty.
Sure was. 4 Stanley Cups, 1 here and the other one in Boston. 5 Stanley Cup banners in this old building, hanging for the last time here tonight. New building will be open and ready for the next season. Rogers Place. Vancouver trying to open the scoring here at Rexall Place. The shot fired wide by Bartkowski. And it'll come right back to him off that shot off the boards. He keeps it in. But Edmonton, boy, they're having a tough time in their own zone, aren't they? It's an offside play at the line down there. Hockey from Edmonton, Alberta. This building always was in those days. Now, they're not so alive tonight yet. But I have a feeling if the Oilers can get something going and score, this is going to be heavy.
It should be something special. But Jordan Eberle talked about that. The very fact that you've got to give these fans a reason now to cheer for you. You've got to give them a chance to get excited about your play, and it's the responsibility of the players.
We look forward to the first goal by Edmonton. The other night, it never came.
No. A lot of heavy work and harsh words came after that.
Oilers shut out. But not tonight. Connor McDavid will not let us down tonight.
I think you're absolutely right.
All right, there's no score yet in the game. We're coming up to the 7-minute mark of the first period. And the Oilers get organized finally to come away. Got hit to center. Hall tipped it. Got in over the line. Draisaitl couldn't pick it up. Hall does. A little backhand pass. Draisaitl, he lost it. And it's going to be cleared out of the zone by the Vancouver Canucks. Dorsett tried to get a stick on that shot. Just missed. Back out for Pardy. Adam Pardy. Nice pass on the right side. However, the puck didn't get over the line, so Pardy was in deep. That stalled the play. So they go back to start all over. 12:25 left to play. Period 1. No score. Vancouver and Edmonton. Stepping up is Patrick Maroon. Maroon nearly got in position for the shot. He was covered just in time. Turning away, Ben Hutton. Canucks get the puck across center, that's all. A hooking call. Did I see that? I didn't, but it happened behind the play.
And it is going to be Connor McDavid going to the penalty box for the hook. First power play, which has really been struggling for the Vancouver Canucks. They will go to work right now. When you look at Connor McDavid, there's the stick up on the hands. He stays with it parallel to the ice, right across the body. Ref's going to call that all the time.
That's a pretty good hook.
Not bad at all.
Didn't hurt him.
If you're going to do it, you should deserve it, right?
Face-off is to the left of Cam Talbot. Vancouver power play. Specialty teams, Drew, with these two teams not so hot.
Vancouver Canucks have really struggled. They've only scored 2 power play goals in the last 15 games.
Vancouver trying to organize now with McDavid in the penalty box on that hooking call. No score in this first period, nearing the 9-minute mark. Vancouver organizing. You know the Sedins are on the ice, and here's Daniel. Didn't get too far in that attempt. The goaltender, Markstrom, is out again. He fanned on that first pass. That was nearly costly. Recovered. No damage done. So Tannen is coming back. He's not going to get the pass. Going to be brought on by Hamhuis himself. But now he drops it. And now up is Tannen. Got in over the line and shot it deep around the net. Talbot came out to play it himself high on the glass. Stopped at the blue line. Vancouver power play. They get it in around the net all right. But Tannen slapped it hard. Got all the way to the blue line. Coming on this side is McCann. Back to the line. Tanev covered. Won't get a shot. Horvat does. Wide of the net. Other side for Hamhuis. He'll just bet the puck ahead, and that's a pretty good giveaway to Pardy. He skates a bit and then gets it all the way down the ice.
Smart play by Adam Pardy.
And a change made by the penalty killers. Hamhuis skating well, coming in on the attack. Breaks on Fell. Shot went high over in front of the net. Was missed by Nugent Hopkins. Shot in wide of the net. Dorsett couldn't reach it. Gets to the corner. He then flipped it at the net. Had a man open in front too. Granlund was all alone. A penalty is done. No shots on goal. And Edmonton attacking right in on goal. A backhander by Sekera. He just missed, and now there's another penalty, and it's going to be against Vancouver. Here's a call. Well, we had a power play for the Canucks. Now, a power play for the Oilers. There's no score yet in this last game at Rexall.
Power play. Did you get excited when you saw that your team had the man advantage, 5-on-4, maybe 5-on-3?
Well, absolutely. Power plays are what good part of the game, and when you had great players we had, it made it a lot of fun for sure.
What do you think of this night that is just beginning and just sort of building a crescendo?
Well, it's going to be fabulous. I don't think there's a team in the league that does their events better than the Oilers. I mean, I was fortunate enough to get my sweater retired here and seeing some of the other guys, and Donnie Matz puts a lot of work into it. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, he put a lot of work into this shot, and the Oilers have put a lot of work into trying to get lots of people back. Are you not surprised how many have returned?
I think it's great. I mean, we were in the hospitality suite last night, getting a chance to introduce myself to some of the guys I didn't know, and it was fabulous.
Paul, thank you. Everybody knows you. Enjoy the night, and we'll see you later.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Oilers would love to have him out there now to help him on this first power play for Edmonton tonight. They haven't had a shot on goal in the game yet. So one's got to come now, you would think. They spread out in there and pass the puck around well. Side of the net, this pass. Now right in front, and coming in was Sekera. And right at the goalie, and Markstrom was ready for that.
A lot of puck movement, a lot of player movement, and Andre Sekera activates at the right time. Keep your eye on the right side of the screen. Sekera's moving. Everybody's focus for the Vancouver Canucks is on the movement in the corner, and the terrific pass by Connor McDavid gets it through the legs at the right time.
Shot away by Hamhuis down the ice. No score, first period. Quiet crowd at Rexall Place, anxiously waiting something to happen by Edmonton. Well, here he comes. McDavid made the pass to Hall, dropped it back. McDavid is right there, didn't see it right away. Now he does, and he has it under control. The pass so was intercepted by Gauntz, and he shoots it away. Well, the Oilers not doing well so far. They've had just the one shot on this power play. It has 44 seconds left. Three of them line up and come strong to center. It's brought in by Nugent Hopkins. Stop. Played across ice. They're still on the outside. Good four-man box set up by Vancouver from the blue line. No shot. Maybe now. The shot by Letestu. Blocked. Another shot. That's blocked. And no rebound this time. Little pushing and shoving in there. Big Tramkin for Vancouver. Make sure there's no damage done to his goalie.
Tramkin is big, 6'5", going up against another big guy in Patrick Maroon, who knows that if he wants to be an impact player, he's got to set up exactly where he sets up in front of Markstrom. Looking for the rebound. Not cleared away, and a turn and shot, and Patrick Maroon continues to snap at the puck. And here's our Samsung net cam. As you see Markstrom, and the puck just goes underneath him. He's able to make the stop, and Patrick Maroon not having any chance to get to it.
So the face-off in the big circle to the left of Markstrom. Won by Vancouver. Good turn by Ben Hutton. He flipped it high and got the puck out. Osterley backs up. He's caught. He'll have to go back again. Now turns around and hits the line. The pass comes right through the middle, and Nugent Hopkins carries on. Shot it to the corner, hoping Patrick Maroon could catch up. 5 players are with him on the boards. Nugent Hopkins went down. Penalty done. Total of 3 shots on goal. No score in the first period. Each has had a power play. So now the puck is just cleared to the center ice area. 2 teams at full strength. Changes have been made. And here's Virtanen trying to get inside. He put on the brakes and kept going, but he was caught by Reinhart. Then lost the puck. His partner picked it up. Dorsett turning around with it. He's caught. Might get a pass back, and does to the blue line. Shot deflected wide of the Edmonton net. 7:20 left to play. This the first period. 3 players jam on the boards. Puck comes loose. Quick shot is blocked. Reinhart standing right in front of his goalie. Made the save himself. Oilers carry on. Henrik shot it in. That's just onside. Changes are made. Vancouver fresh legs on for this attack. It's drilled in wide of the net by Bedon. Stays in there looking for it. It goes to the boards on the other side. Bedon is in front of the net. It hit his stick and went up high into the netting.
Connor McDavid, every month that he has played in the NHL, 3 months in total, he has been the rookie of the month. And he's better than a point-a-game guy. Bob, we were talking before the game started. Your thoughts on Connor McDavid? You saw all the great ones play here. Tell me your thoughts on Connor.
Oh, he's right up there. You know, I love this game, as you know, like we all do. And when you see a player with that talent, just turned 19 years old, I get goosebumps even talking about it. He's going to be a gem of a prize in this league. 19 years old. Beautiful player. Vancouver trying to get the first goal, and an injured player on the ice from the Oilers. It's Nurse who's down. Didn't see what happened, but down on all fours, and took him a while to get to the knees.
Puck to either the throat or the face, as defensemen are always in the shooting lane. It goes, I think this puck ramped up on him. So this is when you always have the player try to get stick on puck, but as he tries to get his stick on the puck, it ramps up his stick and travels right into his face, and that stings. And coaches teach stick on puck, but unfortunately that's one of the side effects. That actually looks like in the throat, so he needs direct attention right away.
Hope he's okay. We'll keep you posted, of course. There's no score in this first period. Tannen got it back to the blue line. A long shot. No harm done there. Easily picked off by Talbot. Puck is going to be cleared away by Pakarinen. And then Sekera followed up and shot the puck in for the Oilers. Sekera had to back off the blue line as Vancouver Canucks got the puck out, but they were headed for a change. The Sedins are on again. The amazing Sedins, 35 years of age. The two of them are 1-2 in scoring for the Vancouver Canucks this season. Into the goalie, Talbot, and he hangs onto it. Daniel, 20 goals, 61 points. He's the top guy.
Have changed over the years, but the memories stay the same. And one of the most unforgettable moments in hockey history was Wayne Gretzky, December 30th, 1981, went into the game with 45 goals, hoping he could maybe get 46, 47, 48, 49. How about 50? Mike Bossy and Maurice Richard had scored 50 goals in 50 games. Prior to Wayne doing this, Wayne's favorite record, and I'd say Drew and Bob, he's not the only one that thinks that way.
No, indeed. I have a little story about that when we get a chance. There's a face-off here in the Edmonton zone, so this is more important than any story I might have. The Vancouver Canucks keep it in. Look out. Sedin shoots right on. That was Henrik who let that one fly. And they stay looking for the puck. Henrik made a little short pass. And a penalty coming up because of that. Daniel was hauled down as he took the pass from his brother.
And it was that short little pass. It's very hard to contain the Sedins.
Edmonton minus penalty for tripping.
Todd McCollum and Mark Fane both disagree. Yeah, well, I think you've got a case if you're Mark Fane and Todd McCollum. But if you're Daniel Sedin, you will draw the attention of the referees. This looks like a good stick battle right there between two guys fighting over the puck. But referee decided to make the call. And Todd McCollum looks on and Mark Fane looks up and the crowd boos as they see their team shorthanded again.
Aha! They've come for a hockey game. They're going now.
The Oilers penalty to number 5, Mark Fane.
That's cleared all the way down the ice.
Time 14 minutes, 27 seconds.
Second power play of the period for Vancouver.
Fane tripping at 14:27.
Shots were few, though, on both power plays. Canucks got 3, I think, on their first power play. Let's see what happens here. Can have rolled it ahead. Off the boards and cleared again by Edmonton. Said they had 3, but no, looking at the stats of that first power play, in fact, they barely got a shot in that first power play. See how they do now. Edmonton was not much better. There's no score in this first period. 4:34 remaining. And only 55 seconds left in the power play for Vancouver. They're 200 feet away from Cam Talbot. Shortened up a bit with that pass up to Daniel. Slams the puck in. Daniel Sedin waits for it. It hits his skates all right. And he keeps it into the corner as Sekera failed to clear it out. Stopped at the line. Hutton tried a shot, was tipped wide of the net. Loose puck right there at the side of the goal. Daniel fed it back along the boards. Henrik threw it to the middle, gets it again. Henrik Sedin, or rather Daniel now on it. The two of them back and forth with the puck, and Daniel missed it at the blue line.
That doesn't happen very often.
Henrik takes his pass, didn't control it properly. Has another shot at it though. Drops it out to the line. Hutton passes off. Shot from the other wing. That was stopped by Sekera, and that hurt him. He cripples around a bit. Henrik Sedin ready with the puck. Centered it. Penalty is over. And again, no shots on a power play for Vancouver. Henrik plays it up in close. That's broken up. It's going to be brought out by Nugent Hopkins. He's coming down with the right wing pass, and he hits for the net. Puck off the goalie. He's on it. Nugent Hopkins over on the boards, got his skates down on it, but he can't move thanks to Biega of the Vancouver Canucks. Had it covered all the way. There's a giveaway. And Hall is around the net. Centered it. Down for Nugent Hopkins. Couldn't jam it home. Markstrom hangs on. A scrap might come out of this with sticks high. Pushing and shoving, and the two referees are hollering at everybody. See if they break him up without a penalty.
Over 8 million new ways to make your chicken beautiful at Harvey's. More toppings, more sauces. Now that's a beautiful thing.
Zach Kassian gets in quick on the forecheck, uses the stick effectively, and you got a little bit of a pinch from that third forward, Taylor Hall. You get a little chance by the net, and then the Vancouver Canucks doing the smart thing, knocking bodies down in front of the net when you've got the opportunity. This may pick up the emotional level of this game, Bob, because so far it's kind of been flat, hasn't it?
It surely has. When you talk about 2 power plays in just one period, or part of one period for Vancouver, and they had a pretty good game against LA the other night at home.
They were dynamite against the California teams, beating Anaheim, San Jose, and Los Angeles.
But not tonight. Kassian, Dorsett, roughing. 2 minutes each. So here's your 4-on-4 hockey opening up a little bit of ice. The Canucks speeding in, the shot to the glove of Talbot, and he hangs on. I was mentioning about when Gretzky got those 5 goals. Well, he told me, it was funny. Walter was talking, of course, all week with Wayne, and he was going to make the trip out. He didn't want to miss the 50 goals, right?
Right.
So he was going to come out the next game, and Wayne called him after the game and said, Dad, don't bother coming out. I got 5 tonight.
And Wayne Gretzky will be with our Gene Principe and the boys on the panel. We're looking forward to that. That's awesome. Don't bother paying for the plane ticket.
I got 5 tonight, Dad. Sorry. 2:30 left to play in the first period. No score here tonight. Not yet. Little tip and attempt in front of the net, and then the Canucks are going to clear the puck up the center off the boards. They want to make a change. And that's going to be an icing call. So they can't make a change now.
When you look at Wayne Gretzky, all of you've seen with Wayne Gretzky, and now you have Connor McDavid, and you look at their total points, and it's quite an interesting comparison. In the first season with the Edmonton Oilers, Wayne was able to play longer games, 137 points, 1.73 points per game, and the 1.05 points per game for Connor shows that he might be able to get close to that company of the great one.
He's played 43 games, as you know, Drew. And he's got 45 points.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I was never great at math, but I believe that's a little better than 1 point a game.
I think you're right.
And it took him a while to get back from that broken collarbone. Bone in the chest area, wherever it was.
Yeah, that's where it was.
Now the passing continues inside that Vancouver line. The first shot from the blue line is way wide of the net. Another penalty call by the referee at center ice.
It's going to be, I think, to the Oilers on this one.
Hooking.
Nope. Vancouver. I'm sorry.
It's Vancouver, yep.
My mistake. So this is the hook.
Tanev.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely right on top of it. Chris Tanev right there. I thought when Tanev went down, that was the call they were making. Instead, Chris Tanev hooks up Jordan Eberle and the 4-on-3 power play, which we don't get to see very often.
So Brink and Cowell, the referees, it seems, are going to call everything tonight.
It looks that way, doesn't it?
1:55 remaining in the period. Sekera ready. Blast the puck into the glove of Markstrom.
Crazy about that decision from Andre Sekera. I like the fact you want to get the puck on net and attack as soon as you can. But a 4-on-3, you can take your time a little bit more. You can have that opportunity. You're looking for that high tip in the slot, but make a better shot.
Edmonton now, their second power play. Oilers had the 3 shots on the previous power play, and let's see how they do now. Here it comes. Connor. Baby. Pass off to the right. They just circled with it. Connor McDavid swings around the net and gets in that low slot area. Will he get the puck? Right here. He's got it. Out front. Beautiful pass. But Eberle fanned on it. Never get a better setup. The goalie was on the other side of the net, too. Again in front, one more shot, and he caught it this time. Markstrom got the left glove up and grabbed the Eberle shot. First time he fanned, the second time was right on.
You called it though. Connor McDavid goes to the low slot, hooks around by the net, and he supports. A beautiful pass right on Eberle's tape, but he just cannot find the first shot, can't find the handle. Second shot, he got into the glove, but that one was a very, very nice pass by Connor McDavid.
Guys in the truck showing us the replay, and they spotted the puck hitting a stick before it came out. Kind of fooled Eberle.
Play in the first period.
So you heard it. Final minute, first period, no score. Dorsett clears it for Vancouver, and they get the puck deep in the Edmonton zone. The goalie comes out again. Talbot played it on the boards on this left side. One more rush maybe. Down to center, Draisaitl. In over the line, he's had a good season for Edmonton. Comes on right behind him, Maroon. And around the net to the other side. Hall on with the brakes, trying to get away from Gauntz. Does with the pass. And Letestu shot it to the corner and got it back. Letestu around the net. Taylor Hall back for him. Letestu has nobody at the blue line. Now there's just one soul back there, but he goes deep with the pass. Finally, It comes near the line. Time winding down. Crowd wants a shot. They get one. It's wide. Rexall centered it. Again! A slap at its side of the net, and it doesn't go in. 3 seconds remaining, and that should do it. First period done in this final game at Rexall Place. The shots were 8-7 Vancouver after 1 period. Scoreless in Edmonton. Final game for this old building. And there's no score. The shots were close to 8-7 in favor of Vancouver. Power plays didn't work. Nothing worked.
No, nothing worked. You're absolutely right. There's got to be more energy really from both teams, doesn't there?
First pass by Henrik. Sedin down the ice. Didn't quite hit his man, Hansen, who was on the fly going in on the right wing. So the Canucks back up. Henrik tries it again. That was a blind pass. They seldom work, and that one didn't. For sure. An icing call against Edmonton.
Well, Todd McClellan, a lot was made of his comments after the game against the Calgary Flames. But he talked about it today that they've washed everything away. They had 2 really hard practices. But when he was asked whether losing's become ingrained in the organization, he said, I'm not prepared to say that. He still believes in this team, and he still believes that they want to be Edmonton Oilers.
Sekera played the puck on the boards and did not get out. By the way, Darnell Nurse, who was hit with the puck in the first period, went to the room, did not come back. He has not started this second period. Gene is checking on that for us. Vancouver Canucks trying to trust the situation. Good forechecking by Vancouver. Good play by Horvat. Prevent a clearing play. Puck loose inside the line again. Shot comes to Talbot, but bad angle, not hard, right at him. Hangs on to it.
Bob, you and I were laughing listening to the great Wayne Gretzky, 99. You got to watch him all these years, call all of his important games, especially the Stanley Cups. Nobody scored more goals as an Oiler at Rexall Place than the great Wayne Gretzky. But as soon as you start talking about Walter, you lit up. Why is that?
Oh, my goodness. Well, we go back a long way, too, of course. And Walter is Wayne. Well, you heard him in the interview there with the boys in that first intermission. He has been such a major part of it. And I always cared about Walter.
He's a good man, isn't he?
Oh, wonderful person. Phyllis, his wife, fortunately passed away. She was a lovely lady. Canucks break up a pass inside the line and gets the puck out and down the ice. McCann pushed it a little deeper. But that's all. No more 2-3 passes in a row. You're a coach. Why is that? I notice that a lot.
Coaches are talking about defense now. Defense. There's spent a lot of time on moving the puck, but the defense takes over because it's easier to defend and get guys to open up and score.
Burrows turning around, got a quick pass away, but Sam Hughes had to go back a little deeper in his own zone. His partner played it down hard. That's going to be icing. Here we go again.
Well, we saw Darnell Nurse take that shot to the face or the throat in the first period as he was attempting to block. And as we look at the Oilers bench, they are going to be down Darnell Nurse for the rest of the game. And as defensemen, again, this goes what coaches want. They want shot blocking. They want stick on puck. They want you to close time and space. But there, the puck ramps up and hits Darnell. And Darnell comes off, getting immediate medical attention from TV Force.
Cannon ripped the pass around the net. Finally through center ice. Badon brought it back in. Shot from a short side angle, and that's cleared away. And it got outside the line, 1-on-1. How will this shape up? Cassian trying to get in, couldn't get inside that one-man back. Henrik's played it over in front of the net. Nobody could do any damage there, and Burrows had made a pretty good play to get the puck out of the danger spot, straight out from the net. Canucks back, and Burrows hit his man near center ice. Pretty good pass. Henrik brings it on from his brother. Goes in around the net. Made the circle, no shot yet, and he just threw it over wildly to the far side. Henry got a stick down on it, couldn't make a play to Daniel, who was in the corner. Still no score in the hockey game. And we're nearing 4 minutes of play in the second period. Very few whistles. End to end, but nothing happening. Shots are 10-7 in the game. They were 8-7 in the first period. So just the 2 so far. Edom couldn't get a shot away. Got all the way to the blue line and then circled and backhanded the puck in deep. Hansen tried to find it. That's going to be cleared away by Yakupov, or is it? Centering pass is picked off, and Yakupov nearly lost it a second time.
A really good recovery by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins on the Yakupov turnover.
That's Biega starting Vancouver back. Changes have been made. Horvat comes up over the line, gets set. Shot wildly fired by that short side. Stopped at the line and kept in. Hamhuis couldn't get a shot from the other side. Still no shot on goal. Boy, they're all fading back and protecting the goalie. Blocking shots, deflecting shots. Horvat tries it again for Vancouver. Sticking with him is Sekera from the blue line. Shot is tipped in front of the net again. Goalie didn't have to worry about the Hamhuis shot. Down the ice comes Hall. Great skater coming in, drops it back, broken up, and cleared to center. Dorsett takes off, put a pass up, and the shot fired wide by Granlund. Off the boards and down the ice. Hamhuis stops it, put it up over the line to the center ice area. Oilers just line up to shoot it back in, and the goalie comes out again. Dan Hamhuis starts them off once more. The pass hits McCann. He had to turn around in his own zone. So back and forth and a lot of circling going on. Hamhuis finally the forward pass. Backhanded in by Virtanen. He's up quickly. The goalie came out and fell. Talbot hustles back between the pipes. The shot coming in. He was ready for it, but it missed the net. Up there is McDavid. Just across the line, offside the call.
Well, you just saw 97 to 87. Sidney Crosby leads the Penguins against Alexander Ovechkin in the powerful Washington Capitals in a potential playoff preview. That's tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, 5 Mountain on Sportsnet 360.
We saw Wayne and heard Wayne in the first intermission, and the panel will be ready for Mark Messier in period of the second period intermission. So we look forward to that.
Okay.
Mark, talked to him this morning. He looks fabulous.
Doesn't he? He could still probably scrap on the blade, don't you think?
I wouldn't doubt it. Dr. Grant Fure, and he looks pretty good too, and I mentioned that to him, and how are you feeling? He said, my golf game is great.
It was always
he's a good golfer.
Really good golfer. It was always great. So when you were with the Oilers all those times, and they had all those stars, was there any thought that they might lose a game? But did they always go into games? Did you always think this team's going to win games, period?
No, I never did think about that. I just thought about how lucky I am to be able to go to work in a booth like this with a person like you alongside and watch all these great hockey players.
Legendary.
That is unreal.
Amazing.
Talk about being spoiled. And you know, I always got emotional anyway. It's I can't help it. That's me. And goosebumps galore before a game. And out comes Wayne and his line and Curry. I had a great talk with Curry this morning. And we all remembered our own little thoughts about the past, and goosebumps again. It's crazy.
This building and this time and this team, they really, like Todd McClellan said today, this is really a total celebration of the entire years of the Edmonton Oilers.
30 teams now. When you think about it, when the Oilers came aboard with all the youngsters and Glenn Saver.
Nobody got to do that.
5 cups.
Nobody's going to do that.
5 Stanley Cups. All right. They're battling for last place now this season. Game tonight and one more game. It'll be with this team in their home. Close call in front of the net. But that's all we've been getting. Close calls. That time Nugent Hopkins was wide open and couldn't score to the goalie's left, which appeared to be wide open.
You're right.
Nearing 7 minutes of play in the second. Puck dumped ahead by Pakarinen. Oilers get organized. Looks good on this attack. The shot stopped. Rebound there. Knocked away from the goal mouth area. Cleared away by Ben Hutton of the Canucks. Oilers look like they're coming alive here. Shot in from center ice by Pakarinen. 2 forecheckers are in quickly. Played back by Hall near the blue line. Stopped and kept onside. Draisaitl centers it. Hit a stick in front of the goal. Nobody could pick it up. Dorsett got it down the ice. He might get a shot and does. That stop goes to the far side again. Up on the play and trying to keep it in. Go after the puck near the blue line. That might be a chance to clear, but they didn't turn fast enough. Eberle does, but he's covered back there. Takes a little bump, lost the puck. Oilers are on it though inside the line. Long shot fired wide of the net. Osterley had to back off. Stopped again. Oilers keep it in there. Connor McDavid can't get loose to get in front of the net, and it went flying over the glass into the netting. Still no score in the game.
Oilers in the National Hockey League, but when the Oilers first came into existence, it was the World Hockey Association. And here's a look at some of the programs from that first season, 1974-75. Jacques Plante recording the first win in Oilers history. Stars jumping to the World Hockey Association. Al Hamilton, a former captain. And how about the Big M there with the Toronto Toros? Those programs courtesy Bill Whitten. Thanks, Bill, for the trip down memory lane.
Face-off coming up to the right of Markstrom. Face-off won by Edmonton. They're going to try to set it up from the blue line. Long pass to open ice, though. Got in behind the net. Nugent Hopkins tried to get free. Flipped the puck around the net. Korpikoski missed it. Got a chance to play it again. Failed. Vancouver having a tough time to pick it up, though, and clear it. Quick shot by Yakupov. He scores! Well, you knew it had to come. Yakupov, and it was just like that. Puck came to his stick. That was a beautiful shot.
It certainly was, and that's what Nail Yakupov can do. If he gets to the right position on the ice, he can use that terrific release to beat pretty much any goaltender. And this is off the forecheck. It's a good job by the Oilers to get off the forecheck and work off the boards to the net. And Nail Yakupov has got a wonderful release, and it gets on you quick. Kelly Rudy often talks about a quick release, but also a heavy shot. Yakupov's got the kind of shot that just gets on you fast.
His 8th on the year. That's 21st point. Scored by number 10, Nail Yakupov.
Yakupov the goal.
Number 5, Mark Bain. The time 8 minutes.
Just the one assist, that to Mark Fane at 8:27 of the second period. And Edmonton in the final game here at Rexall Place will take a 1-0 lead. Down comes Henrik Sedin. His pass escapes everybody, but now Hansen picks up the loose puck. Flipped it high on this side, and Oilers clear again. Kassian brought it in. No shot coming from him, but he has the puck behind the goal. Backed it up along the boards to the blue line. A long shot right to the goalie, Markstrom, and no rebound. 8th goal of the season for Yakupov from Fane at 8:27.
Nail Yakupov has come under fire here. In this last game, he has used his fiery shot to open up the scoring. One thing about Nail Yakupov, he does have that ability. This is a good forecheck. The pinch by Mark Fane is what squeezes the puck loose, and Yakupov jumps on it, turns, fires right away. Markstrom can't get set for the shot.
Face-off taken over by Ben Hutton. Played it on this side. Everybody covered. Nobody could get the puck out of the zone for Vancouver. So Edmonton, as we mentioned, seemed to have come alive here in the second period. have a goal, and they're looking for more here. Hall whipped the pass over. He was in a great spot to shoot. Elected to pass it off to Pakarinen. Got around the net. And now Hall again circles everybody. Left it right there at the point. And the pass intended for Party was intercepted. So he'll come back and take it from his goalie. Padon is up there on him right away, but it'll be cleared away, and out of the zone is Everly coming down that left side. Everly around the net, looks out front, gets ready to make the play. The shot is on. Rebound off the lower part of the pipe. It did come out front, but nobody could get a second shot, and Gauntz is out for Vancouver. He'll shoot one in wide of the net. That's harmless enough. Taken over by Reinhardt. Played it ahead a little bit, but not too far, not far enough to get it out. 1-0. Edmonton leading with 9:25 left to play in the second period. Chris Tanev brought it back and gave it to Henry. Pass through the middle. The big circles go on again. And it's lifted high and deep into the Edmonton zone. Penalty coming. Horvat was tripped. Yakupov thinks maybe that may be a real souvenir, and you know it might be.
Finds himself in the penalty box and joined by Grant Fure. You stood tall in your time as a member of the Edmonton Oilers, and for you, a bit of a different story as a local boy. What was it like for you, first off, to be involved as a kid watching the Edmonton Oilers' inception into the World Hockey Association and NHL?
Well, for me, it was fun. I mean, I had the opportunity to watch them when they played the old Edmonton Gardens, and to see the new building built and transition, and now as a fan I get to see this building transition out, and I'll see a few games in Rogers also.
And in between, you were part of the transition of the hockey team from the WHA in the sense you joined them in the NHL. I mean, what do you remember about this building and being such a great part of a great dynasty?
Well, I think for myself, obviously to play with the Oilers and be from Edmonton, I think it was a great thrill. I mean, as a kid, you want to play in the National Hockey League, but to be able to do it at home in front of friends and family, I think was a great honor, and it's a great building to have your career start in.
And how are you feeling about what the night might be like?
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, I get to hang out with these guys and catch up on some old stories, and it's great to see the old building. It'll be a shame to see it go.
Grant, thank you.
My pleasure.
Power play underway for Vancouver. 2 shots so far, and both deflected wide of the net. They haven't had a shot on the power play, and this is their third of the game. It's 1-0 Edmonton. Let's see if they can tie it here. They're in control. Shot coming from Hutton. No, it doesn't. He stays open. Hangs on for too long again. Won't get a shot. He was covered. Outside they go. Once again, passing it around a little too much maybe. Hansen made another pass. It'll get to Hutton now at the blue line. He's ready. He's covered. He won't get a shot from there. And on this side, Hansen couldn't handle the puck cleanly. Chance for Edmonton to clear, and there she goes.
As we mentioned, they are struggling on the power play. 2 for their last 42 coming into this game. And they're not shooting the puck. They're not aggressive enough to the net. They're great passing the puck on the perimeter, but nothing going to the front of the net. And when you're struggling, you got to get the ugly goals.
Bo Horvat for Vancouver. And a swift pass up there that's easily broken up. Cleared down the ice, and a good move by Markstrom to lead, because 2 Oilers were up there and a chance to play it. So he saved the day maybe. It's still 1-0 Edmonton. Here's Horvat. Good speed coming in hard. After Party. Party shook it off, got the puck away from him. Played it up on the boards, and it's cleared all the way down the ice. 4 seconds left on the power play. And that's the third time they've had the extra man and did not register a shot on goal. Vancouver's power play needs a little work. Here come the Oilers. A soft shot from the left side by Nugent Hopkins. Right to Markstrom.
Well, Willie Desjardins was a very good offensive player when he played, and as a coach, he always had good power plays, good special teams. Now, to be fair, they've got a lot of guys out of the lineup that normally would be in the lineup, but those are the 2 guys, Henrik and Daniel, that are the guys that run the power play, and they've always been really successful here at Rexall. When you look at Daniel and Henrik's record at Rexall Place, they're the 2 of the saddest guys in the NHL that this building's closing down.
They didn't do it fairly. Broken stick. They're going to do it again anyway in that big circle to the right of Markstrom. It was Everly who had the stick broken, got a new one now, and we're set to go. 6:56 remaining, second period in Edmonton. The Oilers win the draw. Setup goes to the boards at the far side. A shot anyway. Do it all over again. Another face-off right there.
Markstrom doing a good job eating the puck, not allowing a second chance. You were right a few minutes ago when you talked about the Edmonton Oilers starting to come on. Yakupov gets the goal. They have a good penalty kill, and now win a face-off to get a shot on net. It's not a scoring chance, but it's a good shot on net. And once again, you see the little spin move in front by Connor McDavid looking for the rebound.
Oilers score again! Willie Desjardins was talking about who was hot and who wasn't on his team. And Todd McClellan was telling us that Patrick Maroon has had a great second half. And here he goes again, 2-0.
Again, a face-off, this time won by the Vancouver Canucks. But Bob, something you talked about by both teams in the first period, the giveaways, the turnovers. A giveaway that just should not happen. Not really a lot of pressure, but Patrick Maroon coming back up through the middle. Again, turns, fires in on a heinous giveaway.
Number 10 on the season for Maroon. 13-16 the time. And an unassisted goal to boot.
The Oilers goal scored unassisted by Maroon at 13-16.
All right, 6:20 left in the second period now, and Hutton tries to do it himself. He gets up as far as the blue line, then backhanded the puck in. Oilers were all back. They're going to clear the zone easily. Nice pass down that far side. They get in, but offside was Pakarinen. Coming in hard, waiting for the pass from Hall, and he was ahead of the play.
Patrick Maroon is somebody that the Oilers are looking to the future with. Patrick Maroon comes from the Anaheim Ducks. He's got great hands, as he describes himself, a big man with a good set of hands. Emerson Edom throws that to nobody but the guy in the orange jersey, and it's a very tough puck to pick up from the Samsung net cam. Markstrom moves out. He realizes the giveaway too early, or too late, I should say. There's nothing he can do on that shot.
13-16 was the time of the goal. The second of the night for Edmonton. That's the scoring in the game. Long shot from the blue line by Sakara. Didn't get through. Sedin centered. Knocked down again by Fane. His drive right on rebound. Nobody could pick it up, and two players were in close. Nice save by Markstrom as he went down. Made the right pad save, and the puck shot to center ice. That's Daniel Sedin who played it back. And then cleared in by Henhus. Yakupov, he got the first goal. Gave it away! Hansen. He'll never get a better chance than that in this building anymore. 5:15 left in the third. That'll shake you up, wouldn't it?
It certainly will. Saw Emerson Edom do it and almost return the favor, Nail Yakupov.
There's Cassian coming in to pick it up for Edmonton. Pinned on the boards by Biega. Oilers keep it in at the blue line. The pass across the line by Osterley. Shot is wide. Oilers seem to be beating Vancouver to the puck now, and all these deflected shots and rebounds. Two of them fighting for possession along the boards. And it's cleared around the net to the other side. Canucks don't get it out. A giveaway. Cassian can't get a shot. Passes off from the blue line. Kept in Reinhart. Boy, we're seeing a lot of giveaways. That was another stellar giveaway inside the line, but nobody could take advantage to get a shot in the net. Cassian is dumped hard. I think they're going to call a penalty. Maybe they let the play go for a bit. The crowd wanted one call, but no, the play continues. And broken up just inside the Edmonton blue line. Like Cassian is going to go.
He and Dorsett, after Dorsett hit him with a pretty solid check.
Now through center, picked off by Granlund. Turned around, flipped the pass out front, and Virtanen couldn't get it. The Oilers do, and here he is. Look at him. All down. Gotta be a penalty now.
Yeah.
McDavid wanted to set the place roaring. And he did everything he could, but it was all down.
McDavid versus Goliath, and it was not fairly done, so the Edmonton Oilers are on the power play. One of their final power plays in this building, a building that has less than 17,000 seats, the MTS Center and Barclays Center also under that total. The cameras are on, well, not the wrong side, but the other side. First NHL arena with a center-hanging video scoreboard, and only MSG in New York, which unofficially 1968 is older than this building, drew and Bob.
And the face-off deep in the Vancouver zone to the left of the goal. Won by Vancouver, controlled well and shot away down the ice.
2 minutes for holding. Time 16 minutes.
Edmonton 0 for 2 in the power play.
The Canucks penalty track and holding at 16.
So the Oilers get possession and skate on in with it and dump it deep. Rexall tried to pick it up, didn't do it at the blue line. Deep pass by McDavid, gets it back. McDavid in, passes off to the side of the net, keeps going, picks it up again, flipped it around the goal. Over there is Eberle and McDavid back and forth. And here's Hall. He comes in quickly, left it right there. McDavid getting it loose. He's being chased, taken care of by Gaunce, and the puck is back to center ice. 2:50 left in this second period. The Oilers have taken a 2-0 lead on the power play. Rexall, bad angle, no shot, smart move. Here is beautiful setup. Score! Connor McDavid. Remember that name. You gotta love him.
You called it, though, about Leon Draisaitl. Didn't have the shot, pulled up, so then they tried to set something up. And they walk into the zone. Good entry into the zone with support. And then you start looking for options. And Connor McDavid just stayed with it. Stayed in front of the net. And just, he's got such great hands to take away pucks from opposition, but also a little tap here and there in the right position. It'll put the puck in. Always around the net. Fakes the look to the net. Stays with it. Always trying to find the puck. Terrific finish by number 97.
Wow. That's number 16, by the way, on this season. This shortened season for him. Connor McDavid, 17-26. Makes it 3-0. Getting in there now is Jared McCann. Centering puck for Vancouver. At the line, Bartkowski came up and couldn't steady it. And the Oilers have now taken over here in the second period.
Eberle and Hall at 17-26.
1:52 left to play in the second period, here at Rexall Place. And McDavid from Eberle and Hall at 17-26, the third goal. That one on the power play to boot. Vancouver will attack. Coming in is Horvat. Right in on goal. He was grabbed from behind. The play goes right on. He couldn't get a decent shot. Canucks are on it though. Slapped around the net. Party stopped that. Couldn't move it very far. It comes to Yakupov. He tried a little soccer move. Had a stick broken. And did a pretty good job.
Love your business but not accounting? You need FreshBooks, the cloud accounting software designed exclusively for small business owners.
Yakupov's stick broke, tries to kick it out. Well, no, it didn't, but then he makes a beautiful kick save. Kick save and a beauty by Nail Yakupov. The goal, a little bit of a cycle. Connor McDavid looks to go net, goes instead to Jordan Eberle, his favorite target, but then stays in front. Talked about power play struggling. When your power play struggles, get a greasy goal. And there's your friend Walter, enjoying number 97 like he used to enjoy 99.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir, Walter. You're looking great. Face-off is in the Edmonton zone. Puck comes to the boards, and the Oilers are jumping to the puck every time. Pretty good move by Everly right there to get it deep. But Canada was back, and he cleared it for Vancouver. Sedin threw it to the right side. That was Henrik. The pass comes through the blue ice, and no damage done. Osterley will back it up in his own zone. His partner played it ahead. We're in the final minute of period 2. And once again, Connor McDavid sets one up. No shot on goal resulting. Cannon down away for Vancouver and up over the line with the two Sedin boys. And the shot by Daniel is off a leg and wide of the net. Here's Connor McDavid. Stick handles once. Nobody opens, so we just got rid of it to center ice. 25 seconds remaining. Once again, the pass hits Pakarinen. He rolled it over the line okay, but it was taken away quickly by Biega. Once again, he'll take it and go behind his own net. Paul is in for checking. Give away in there. Pakarinen shot deflected wide of the net. On the puck is Nugent Hopkins. It hopped away from Hall behind the goal. That'll do it. For the second period. All Oilers. Coming up next. To the point. And it's goals by Yakupov, Maroon, and a kid by the name of Connor McDavid. Period number 3. Shots in the second were 19-13 Edmonton. They really took over.
As we look at the summary, Neil Yakupov was the guy to start things off with a terrific shot assist by Mark Fane, Patrick Maroon, and a giveaway, and then Connor McDavid on the power play. And that's where they started really getting things going their way.
So from the opening face-off, in it goes to the Oilers zone. And stopped at the line by Tanev. He takes a shot to the crowd, hit a skate and went wide of the net. Vancouver won an early start, a good one, here in the third period. To make a game out of this as Edmonton took over in that second period. Drew just mentioned the third goal by Connor McDavid. His 16th of the season. Through the middle. That'll be Horvat who'll try to bring it on. Shot is off the arm of Talbot and it goes out of play.
Connor McDavid, he's got so many facets to his game. Bob, when you look at Connor McDavid, what's the one thing that strikes you and all the great players you've seen here? What's the big difference with him?
The 1 or 2 steps he makes before he gets to top speed. It's unbelievable. Can you explain it?
No, well, yeah, he's a really good skater.
My goodness. But lots of good skaters, but they don't get away that quickly, that fast.
Right. And as you mentioned, it's as you said, he was like Paul Coffey as far as his skating ability.
Paul would skate and pass everybody like he was doing nothing. Here he comes again, folks. Hard backhander, too. Goalie makes the save, and nobody could get near the rebound.
Exactly what we just talked about. 2 steps, he's past everybody.
Gone. Didn't see that pass. He was heading for a change. Might have knocked it down and gone on himself. There was lots of room for him. Biega for Vancouver gets the second pass and comes to the line. Shot it in off a stick. Play will go on because of that. Cleared hard by Sekera. Doesn't get out. Canucks keep it in. Quick shot off a leg again. Doesn't reach the goalie. Talbot was moving to it. Deflected wide. And it's played along the boards. Granlund stabbed at it. Comes loose for him. Skates back near the blue line. Lost it then. And the Oilers get it up and down the ice. Up there was Kopakowski. Couldn't quite get to the puck. 3-0. Edmonton leading. Mark Fane. Pass ahead to his partner. That didn't last very long. Little tip pass at the blue line. Dog couldn't get near the net. Here's one that's deflected again. Having tough luck around the net with deflected shots.
Get ready for game time with over 100 menu items. Order online for delivery. Boston Pizza will make you a fan.
Register now at sportsnet.ca/fantasy for the Sportsnet Fantasy Playoffs pool presented by Samsung. Make your picks for a chance to win prizes.
Face off to the right of Cam Talbot in goal tonight for the Edmonton Oilers. at the line. Nugent Hopkins failed to make contact, but here's Hall. He nearly got through too. Down and got up quickly. By that time he was covered. Scramble for the puck. 4 of them are on it. And the Canucks are going to clear it out of the zone. 3 of them up to center. Daniel takes the pass, rolls it back in front. Off the arm of Talbot. The shot by Hansen. A good-looking play, but no goal.
Ryan Nugent-Hopkins wants a penalty. It's a slick little play here coming up through the neutral zone by the Vancouver Canucks, and this is how Hansen gets wide open. Keep your eye on the left there. Just comes out of frame. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins tries to get inside on Jannik Hansen. Jannik Hansen just proves to be too strong. And then the blocker arm save by Cam Talbot on a glorious chance.
Henrik's on the face-off for Edmonton. Won it cleanly. And they get the puck down the ice again. Cassian couldn't pick up the pass. The other way for Horvat. Another deflected shot.
We're talking about that, right? We're talking about all the deflected shots and why is it so tough to get chances? Well, because coaches talk to you about time and space all the time. Get your stick on puck. Use that stick for your advantage. But penalty coming up here. Matty Hendricks in the penalty box. The play entered the zone. Todd McClellan now sees his team go shorthanded again. Just at the blue line, Matt Hendricks. Yep, little grab, enough of a grab to disrupt the walk into the zone.
Vancouver 0 for 3 in the power play. How many shots on those 3 power plays? 0. And there's another shot that's wide of the net on the first attempt on this power play. And finally a shot on goal, and Talbot was there on the short side.
Good chance, though. Got the face-off, went to the net as soon as they could with the shot. Went wide, but it's puck recovery by the Vancouver Canucks as Willie Desjardins looks on at his team. Win the face-off, get some help, get the puck to the net right away. Don't dust it off. Get to the net, get to the puck first, and then get back to the front of the net. Alex Burrows is in perfect position, but as you said, Bob, Cam Talbot read the play perfectly.
Henrik sitting on the face-off for Vancouver. It got to the net all right, but then cleared quickly by Hutton and down the ice. Tried to stop it there at the blue line, but just missed it. Hutton has to come back, take it from his goalie. Vancouver starting up, trailing 3-0 in this third period. The brakes are on at the blue line. Pass comes over to Daniel, looks around, hopes to find somebody open, has to go to the corner. His brother, Henrik and Daniel back and forth with the puck. Finally at the blue line, Hutton drills the shot. Rebound was right there. No second shot coming. What a great chance for Daniel Sedin, but he couldn't quite connect. And the Oilers kept the puck down the ice. 1 minute left in the penalty. Henrik's in the box for holding. 3-0 the score. Edmonton Oilers all goals in the second period. Yakupov, Maroon, and McDavid stopped at the blue line. Good play by Tanev. Centered the puck. A little sharp angle as it turned out. Nothing doing there. Flip behind the net by Sekera to the far side. And again, it is cleared by Edmonton. Penalty time down to 27 seconds now. So this one is running out quickly. 3 of them come up quickly over the line. Breaking through, but no shot coming. Too sharp an angle. Ham, who stopped it, deliver the pass to the blue line. Cleared over by McCann. He stays open back there. Comes over here to Hamhuis. Mishandled it. Killed more time. Far side. Another shot blocked. Bartkowski, the defenseman, now a total of 4 shots in the power play, which has ended. And Edmonton maintains that 3-0 lead. 14:45 left to play at the blue line. Viega hands it off. Screen shot in the goal. The goalie, Talbot, I don't think saw it at all. Bartkowski is going to get credit for that, I'm sure. I don't think it hit somebody in front. It might have.
I think it might have hit Adam Hardy in front. He's trying to work against Jake Virtanen in front. And it's a smart play, just a quick shot towards the net. Adam Pardy and Jake Virtanen are battling in front of the net. And Adam's going to get his stick up, and I do believe he deflects it by Cam Talbot. Battle, turn to knock the puck. Everybody wants to block those shots. Turn. Yeah, it looks like it certainly moves off the shaft of the stick of Adam Pardy. And you can see from our Samsung net cam that Cam Talbot a little exacerbated after that puck goes in. Looks back at his defenseman and goes, really?
Bartkowski gets the goal, and they're on the board. These Canucks from Vancouver. Connor McDavid made the play to the blue line. Loose puck was right there at the side of the net, and Bartkowski picks that up and cleared it along the boards, but not too far. Dorset had to come back and leave it right there behind the net. That is Everly trying to get it back out front, but he's caught back there. Broken sticks all over the place, and the puck is lifted out to center ice. Bain waited and then shouted back in. Canucks are all back circling. Dorset made a pass to open ice. Now they get it near center. Gauntz just slapped at it. Move it very far at all. And here's Reinhart. Got up to the line, lost it there. Hall turns away from the check. Gets in over the line and sets it up. The shot is on all right. But right to Markstrom. Good setup by Hall. But the play hauled it with a goalie save and no rebound.
1984, when one dynasty ended and another one started.
Folks, there's a new bunch on the block in the National Hockey League. The Edmonton Oilers. By name, the Oilers have won the Stanley Cup.
An emotional night, a great night, and a great call, Bob. I'm not sure what exactly you might remember from those moments that year.
It was a first Stanley Cup for Edmonton Oilers. I remember it well, as the song goes. All right, 3-1 here. Edmonton leading again. All goals in the second by the Oilers. Vancouver has their goal scored here now in the third. McCann turning around, coming through center. Got in along the boards, played it well with one hand on the stick, and Yakupov took it away and shot it to center ice. Both teams changing. In on that far side, Hansen cut to the net, got in front too. Sharp angle though, the goalie Talbot was on the post. No room at all that time. And Edmonton trying to clear. Can have kept it in, but not for long. Finally comes out, and Henrik's got down that left side. Got it in over the line. Ahead of him was Cassian. Lost it back there against Hamhuis. He played it up to Henrik Sedin. Swings around and right down across center ice. He finds Hamhuis. That's broken up. Cleared to center. Nearly a break for the Oilers at center ice. Now Henrik's fed it up. They get in again, and Cassian lost it on the second move. As he tried to stick handle around a defenseman back. Hamhuis. Now they fight forward on the boards. Bartkowski got his foot in on the puck. Tried to kick it loose. Not very exciting, is it? Maybe this will be.
Hamhuis and Zach Cassian. It's frustrating for players. On that first Stanley Cup that Gene just showed, your play-by-play, that was defeating one dynasty to the other.
Sorry?
That was one dynasty starting, ending, and one starting.
It was.
Did you see that kind of team? Did you see that kind of like possibility from the Edmonton Oilers?
You know, I might have, but didn't, to be honest. But you know what? They did.
Great point. Great point. They really did believe in each other, didn't they?
When they lost 4 straight the year before to the New York Islanders, they learned a great lesson. And the rest is history.
And you got to witness and call all of it, like you said. Lucky, but...
Very lucky.
But when you have a great team, you need a great broadcaster as well.
I hope so. Keep trying anyway. 11:30 left in the third period at Rexall Place. And that's all that's left at Rexall Place. Oilers get control of the puck inside the line. Comes to Sakara. Out near the line again. Connor McDavid. He had to come outside the line and finally lost it. Kept it loose. Got it again. Takes off. Connor McDavid heads for the net as he passed off. Gets it back. It bounced over his stick. However, he circled and grabbed it again. Stopped it at the blue line. Stayed onside. It's knifed in front and a score. Patrick Maroon gets another one. 4-1. Patrick Maroon gets another goal. That's his second of this game. It's the fourth for Edmonton.
And it is a wonderful play by Connor McDavid. Talk about just being after the puck. He loses it. He stays with it through the neutral zone. Gets it back. Then the play goes into the zone, goes wide. All he wants to do here is find the guy near the net. Controls it, patrols it, make sure he protects the puck, and then a smart little tip by Patrick Maroon. But what a play by Connor McDavid from one zone through the neutral zone to the other.
26-point, scored by number 19, Patrick Maroon.
Here comes Hall right in on goal. Scores! These Oilers in this last game in this building are getting to look more and more like those old Oilers we're talking about in all those cups. 2 goals in 18 seconds. How do you do? 5-1.
And you're used to this speed and this skill level. Taylor Hall just says, I'll do it myself. Walks in, uncontested, goes 5-hole. It's a quick transition, turnaround, and bang. The Oilers have just taken a stranglehold in this game.
At 63rd point, scored by number 4, Taylor Hall. The assist for number 6, Adam Hardy.
Adam Hardy gets an assist on that 26th goal of the season by Hall.
The time 9 minutes, 26 seconds.
Packarine and the other assist, 9:26 the time. It's a 5-1 Edmonton lead.
It's a turnover, and then it's Taylor Hall jumping on it and then driving towards the net. And when Taylor Hall gets a step, yes, Connor McDavid's fast, but so is big number 4. Use your stick, just poke it by the man. No chance for Vancouver to get to him. Trampkin does not have the quickness or speed to get to Taylor Hall when they're shoulder to shoulder.
Edmonton continues their attack. That was tapped away, and taking off down that far side is Padan. Got in over the line and stopped over there. Halted, lost the puck, gets it out. Draisaitl is down, a 2-on-1 for Edmonton. Korpikoski won't get past. It was picked off. Well, they've opened it up now, these two teams. Here is Tanev coming in. He has Burrows with him. Burrows takes the pass behind the net and lost it quickly. Going to be cleared out of the zone by the Edmonton Oilers. Right up to center ice. How do you do? And over the line. And the backhander by Fane as he got in close. Maybe too close. Viega for Vancouver behind the net. The Oilers are relentless going after the puck. 9:20 left to play in the third period. The crowd wanting to roar some more. Listen to them. Hansen's pass got away from Henrik Sedin. Henrik shot it in. This is more like it for Edmonton crowd. Another shot stopped. Rebound comes out front. And Henrik Sedin takes the puck. Rolls it ahead to Hansen. He turns back in his own zone for Vancouver. And the crowd is applauding. Love their hockey. People keep asking, with all the first rounders this team has picked up, of late. When are they going to get going? Maybe tonight is the start of things. Great bunch of youngsters. All fast.
I think it's goodbye in this building, but hope for the next building at Rogers Place.
A little deflected shot in front of the net. Bid by Edom to get a goal for Vancouver. Talbot just stood there and allowed the puck to come to his pads. Beautiful move by Horvat. And a beautiful play by Horvat. Second goal for Vancouver.
This is a hard-working goal behind the net. And as you said, a terrific high-skill play. Talk about the young players on the Edmonton Oilers, but you've got some good young players like Emerson Edom and Bo Horvat for the Vancouver Canucks. That is a sweet little move, a shimmy shake by Adam Clendenny, and just walk right here. Work behind the net, work behind the net, continue work, not Adam Clendenny, I'm sorry, Jordan Osterley, just a little toe drag up over the shoulder of Cam Talbot. A beautiful goal by Bo Horvat.
The assist to number 26, Emerson Edom. The time 12 minutes, 9
5-2 now, and it all started with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, who's wearing a mic tonight, have a conversation with the first goal scorer, Nail Yakupov.
Just go through, go in that.
All right.
Yeah! Yes!
Well, Vancouver trying to battle back. It's a 5-2 hockey game now with 7:34 remaining.
We were talking about the Sedins earlier, and there's the two guys that continue to drive. They're not going to let the Vancouver Canucks just go quietly into the night. They keep pushing this team and making sure that the culture is always trying to move forward and always trying to battle.
Hall got his 26th. Now Horvat, 15th of the season.
You've been around those great veteran players. When you have veteran players like the Sedins, and you have those guys being able to show what you're supposed to do, did you see that with the Oilers early? Were there some veteran guys that pushed those young guys?
You know what Willie Desjardins was telling us today?
Yeah.
We were talking to him at length about John Shannon, and I had a little time with him at the hotel. And he was saying about these Sedins. I asked him about their age and how they keep going like this. And he said, you know, I know they're hurt, but they never, ever complain.
He had one of them stand up a whole game because his back couldn't take it. But he still played. And played great.
So for young guys like Horvat, Emerson Edom, they'll look at that and go, we're going to have to push ourselves to be even better.
Canucks with their second goal now, trailing by 3. Tough chore, a little under 7 minutes left to play in the third period. Oilers were really flying till that goal was scored. Now Biega hands it off. Bartkowski tried to go on himself after taking the pass and was stopped. Played through the middle, and Hansen missed it just at the Edmonton blue line. Draisaitl flipped it out across the line. There goes Henricks, tried to get in himself and lost it as he crossed the blue line. 6:15 remaining. Hansen threw the puck up the center. Long shot by Daniel, right to the goalie Talbot. You're watching Scotiabank Hockey on Sportsnet.
2016, but if you look at the scoreboard and look at the players around, Glenn, it kind of reminds me, and I'm sure you, of the 1980s. Is this a glimpse in the past?
A little bit, lots of goal scoring and some great goals actually on both clubs. So I'm glad the Oilers are winning, and it looks like they could close it out on a winning note, which is fantastic to end this building in a great run at it.
When you walk in here, what are the first couple of things that sort of come to mind as you come to this building tonight or in other nights?
Well, mixed emotions. I'm sure it's been said a million times, but I mean, basically, I remember coming in here when there was nobody here, and it was just us practicing. And basically, you bring your lunch pail and your work ethic, and came and practice hard, and the harder you practice, the better we got. And I think with the team that we did have, they were very good, so it turned out good.
Yeah, that's an understatement. Glenn, thank you, and enjoy the post-game ceremony.
Great, thanks.
Looking at all these Oilers who are here for this celebration of goodbye to the building, they're at our hotel. They all look so wonderful, in great shape.
They look fantastic, don't they? And they're starting to gather right now, just underneath the stands. Be about a half-hour break at the end of the game. We'll go to Sportsnet Central, and we'll come back for the live closing ceremonies here at Rexall Place.
I mentioned to Dave Lumley when we chatted, you look so great. And he said, Bob, I'll tell you a secret. I do one push-up every day. Okay. Tapped in over the line by Edom. But here come the Oilers again. And here he is again. With the shot right on, the rebound is knocked to the corner. Connor McDavid up and with the hard wrist shot on that play. Another one comes off a stick and deflected to the goalie, Markstrom. But another good chance for Connor McDavid. And then one by Eberle. Great moments here at Rexall Place, and here's another tonight, Drew.
Once an Oiler, always an Oiler. All season long, the Edmonton Oilers have been honoring alumni and giving an autographed jersey to a longtime season ticket holder. And the final game at Rexall features your friend, the great Walter Gretzky, wearing 99 to give to a longtime season ticket holder. It was autographed by Wayne. And there's no famous hockey father, there's no more famous hockey father than the great Walter Gretzky.
Shirt off my back. Gretzky to this lucky winner. And all the players applaud. It's a great moment again in Edmonton. And goodness knows there have been many.
You have witnessed most of them. And this is another one where it's your friend, Walter.
That's the crowd you hear cheering when Walter is up on the big screen at center ice, waving to the crowd.
And every guy that you talk to with the Edmonton Oilers has talked about coming into this building. And a guy like Matt Hendricks, when he first came in as an Edmonton Oiler, looking up and seeing those banners and seeing Gretzky in the Stanley Cup championships, he thought, boy, am I ever lucky to be here.
Well, Connor McDavid, one of the latest to say that and feel it. And he's going to take over.
Battle for the puck inside the Vancouver line. It did get out, so Oilers had to tag up. Maroon had to lift his skate, didn't want to touch it and stop the play. Under 5 minutes left to play in the third period. Knifed in from center ice by Bertanen. Oilers are all back, looking very organized, and there's Maroon, the 2 goal scorer in the game, getting a pass away. Trying to hit Eberle with it, just missed him. Long lead pass, does not work. And from the blue line up, Steph Sparkowski again took a shot. This one wide. Oilers take over. And out of the zone, Osterley fed the pass down. Too far for everybody, so that's an icing goal.
Well, the point of performance is presented by Pennzoil. And, well, it is, that's Rexall, folks, as we say goodbye to this building, the Edmonton Oilers, with a final walkout and through the Derek. And Joey. The good news is Joey is going to the new building. Dave Semenko, Mark Messier, Wayne Gretzky, the list goes on. And one day, maybe we'll be talking about that young man after his retirement. A pleasure to have Bob Cole and Walter Gretzky in attendance. As tonight, Pennzoil being brought to you by the Oil. Hey, Joey.
Vancouver with 2 goals looking for another. This long shot fired in by Trentgen and wide of the net. Lifted out to center ice. Hutton tries to do some damage, but he made that little stall at the blue line coming in. Offside.
The great Joey Moss, a staple here since Wayne Gretzky joined the Edmonton Oilers. Nobody sings a louder national anthem than Joey Moss behind the bench. Joey up on the big screen here. He is loved by everybody. Taylor Hall talked about him today, and the spirit of the young man is something that never wavers. One of the guys that always brings the players up, even when they've had some down years like the Oilers had.
He was always around the dressing room doing little chores. He had his own little routine to do, and everybody paid attention. When Joey spoke, that's it. No questions. And he'd tell them, just do it. And they would.
They would go do it.
He was a great group. No question about that. Nice play at the line. The shot fired wide by Padon. Flipped out by Nugent Hopkins. Hall had his stick knocked out of his hands. That's going to be a penalty. A slash.
Willie Desjardins looks out, and one of his good penalty killing. Dan Hamhuis in the penalty box. There's the slash. Knocks the stick out of the hands. That's being called all the time now. The power play gets to go back to work. Will Patrick Maroon be out there, number 19, looking for a, not in his first shift, but looking for his hat-trick goal. Right now it's not.
3:09 left to play in the third period. In this final game at Rexall Place in Edmonton. Power play Oilers. Shot from the blue line by Sekera is stopped. Markstrom hangs on, face off in the zone.
Fans are starting to get excited. You mentioned it in the first. They were waiting and waiting for something to happen. Nail Yakupov gets the scoring going. And then since then, we've had 6 more goals. And after that, the fans have really come alive. Taylor Hall going to get a new stick. That's why we've had that little delay.
Face off then deep in the Vancouver zone to the right of Jacob Markstrom. Beaten 5 times by these Oilers tonight. Another long shot. He stops with the right pad. Uncorked from the line by Sekera. Good hard shot too. Vancouver will get the puck out of the zone. Hutton takes off. Got a pass ahead to Hansen. He's stopped at the blue line. Oilers take over and go the other way with 2:35 left. Hall trying to get inside and can't quite do it. It'll come to Sekera. Had a little room there, but waited too long. Couldn't get a shot. So away we go. Another great pass in front of the net. And the shot is wide. McDavid doing tricks again. Little play back out by him. He stays open. The pass goes the other way. And the shot was fired by Eberle right at the goalie. Went up over his shoulder. Stopped at the line by Sekera. They pass it around in there now. Well, on the power play in front. Score! Draisaitl just jumped on the puck and whipped her home. 6-2.
They stayed with it, Leon Draisaitl. Jordan Eberle had a couple of good chances, but the Oilers able to recover the puck. It's a long penalty-killing shift for the Vancouver Canucks. You can see they're straight-legged right now. They can't hustle, get back, and close off that passing lane. And Taylor Hall finds Leon Draisaitl. There's just no gas left in the tank for the penalty killers of the Canucks.
18:03, the time of the goal. Number 19 for Draisaitl.
51st point scored on the power play by number 29, Leon Draisaitl.
Hall, and the 3rd point of the game for McDavid. A minute and a half left.
The Oilers power play goal scored by Draisaitl. The assists Hall and McDavid at 18:03.
And it's a 6-2 hockey game. Oilers just get the puck out of the zone. They'll maybe try and relax the rest of the way and enjoy the last part of the last game in this building. We are playing the final minute. There have been so many important wins here at Rexall Place by the Edmonton Oilers. And so it's maybe only fitting that there'd be one more important win. After 36 years in this building. 36 seconds left. And this win, this victory tonight is the final Oilers victory. Maybe it's a good bet, if you think about it, this young team, that there'll be many more victories at a place called Rogers Place. Ready to go next season. And McCann is getting something stirred up. Frustrating night for Vancouver, you know.
Yep.
This hometown crowd here, and they've been wanting to roar, and they had to wait a long time. Yakupov scored at 8:27 of the second. And it was all Oilers after that.
And this is where the Edmonton Oilers will move next season. That's a live shot of Rogers Place, the brand new building in the heart of downtown Edmonton. And this is what the grand scheme, when it's all said and done, will look like. The concrete was poured the other day. The workers have been there 24/7. It is starting to take shape, and people are starting to get excited what they think will be the jewel of Western Canada, where Connor McDavid will call Rogers Place home.
They've been saying a lot of things about this new building, and one I heard was from somebody who has traveled the world, this will be undoubtedly the finest sports complex in the world.
They've got all the technology going their way. They have put a ton of work into it, a ton of planning, and of course a ton of money. And it's been a great cooperative effort. And this fan base that you hear yelling for the Oilers right now can't wait to get the new building.
They're standing here at Rexall Place. And everything, of course, is for the last time. And this is the last sound of the horn at Rexall. Another Edmonton victory. So Jordan Eberle grabs that last puck. This is 6-2 win for Edmonton. And not a fan has moved as the team is getting ready to leave the ice. And we'll be on the air throughout the evening. There will be some news coming from our stations across the country. And then back here for the final goodbye to Rexall Place. Well, tonight's 3 stars are presented by Rogers.
Our third star, with a terrific night, Connor McDavid, the game-winning goal and 2 big assists. Patrick Maroon was the benefactor of those 2 assists, 2 goals, and the first star for a long, long time in the last 42 seasons, the fans of Rexall Place.
They've been reading all about what was going to happen tonight, not talking about the game, but after the game. So they know they're going to stand by. Somebody asked today, do you think they'll stay? It's going to be over an hour. And we look around this building now with the lights dim, and not a fan has moved. Just standing and still cheering. Time for us to say goodnight from the booth at Rexall Place. And here's Darren Millard.
The alumni check in at Rexall Place before heading downtown for a lunch hour ceremony at City Hall. For most of these guys, this is the first time they've pulled on an Oilers jersey in many years.
Yeah, that's where we played last. Yeah, we were just We're just down the street. Oh, yeah? Yeah. Hey, you want
No way around it. Good, sad, happy. All the emotions will be coming tonight for everybody. A lot of people that put the uniform on, a lot of people that work for the team, a lot of fans that have been here from day one when it first opened there. It'll be quite an evening.
How you doing, man? Good.
You know, there's been planning going on for a number of months within the organization, and so pleased at what's happened so far. So pleased at the response by the alumni to come here. They're all really excited.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. How you been doing? Good. Yeah. Well, kind of following your teams. I was in Vancouver all year this year. Cool. And then I got picked up on waivers here. So.
For the players, no return to this rink would be complete without a trip through the dressing room.
Well, this dressing room's a lot different than it used to be. I'm just amazed by the space that they have here and all the equipment. It's so much more technical than when I used to play.
What is this room? We didn't have any weights. We think that was our problem.
What's a push-up?
They had 5 TVs. We didn't even have one.
Right up there somewhere. Right there. Right up there. That's a youngster for sure. That was unreal. Philadelphia, 7th game. That's crazy. This whole thing is crazy. See all these players again is just amazing.
Do you need proof?
Boris is there. Right here. Beside Doug Waite, I think myself, Yuri Flagger, Paul Corson, Freddie O. Good memory, eh? Bryson, I don't remember what years I was here. Was I there that year? 95, 90, you should be. 93, 94 for sure, 94, 95. Well, what about this one? When did you get traded?
I was gone by then.
So do I.
Yeah.
That's the end of the season. I'm not there.
Chipping. Actually,
did we have lockers, guys, back when we played?
I don't even know what I can't even remember. That used to be the weight room, though. They told me that.
This room you had to walk by the coach's office, quickly walk by as quick as I could and stay out of trouble.
It's really nice.
It's unreal. Unreal.
Is it like this when you were here?
No. Hell no. No. Okay. This is unbelievable. It's like first class all the way. Wow.
Yeah,
not even close.
Yes.
Not even close.
It wasn't that long.
It wasn't that long, but it just shows you how quickly times change, times fly. And this is what they have in the old building. Imagine what they have in the new building.
My first thought was in a chair.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I was so excited to be sitting in that chair. Yeah, I was so excited to be sitting in that chair.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for having us here. Oh, this is great.
Come on, you guys.
To 1984, we were doing the same thing, celebrating our first Stanley Cup. Someone asked me today about Northlands Coliseum. I said it's amazing that a building can actually have a personality and become larger than life. The way it galvanized the city in so many ways.
While the excitement continues downtown, Rexall Place waits quietly. It's an extraordinary day. But the building's veteran staff still have to carry out all the ordinary game prep and maintenance.
There's a lot of memories, a lot of history in that building. Without you fans, it wouldn't be the same. But thank you to the fans and the media and the city of Edmonton.
I mean, every single door downstairs, like those hidden doors kind of behind the stairwells here, those blue doors, they're even at the bottom stairwells. We have security manning every single door.
in that building over the years. I want to thank Northlands, and I want to thank the folks who've run that building, who've made the ice, who've labored to make it one of the best places to play hockey anywhere in the world. So let's give our respect to that building and the people who ran it.
Sad. It's the end of obviously an era.
I've met some fantastic people here, and it's just hard to say goodbye to the building.
Get this game done, get everything put away, and then think about it. As you can see, we got 30 seconds on the clock here. Start. There you go. Clock's going. What was it, like 71 or something? Edmonton Exhibition Association turned into Northlands. So these were bought before then. We don't throw nothing out. This button here that says horn makes the horn go. It's a nice bit of simplicity in the confusing world.
Putting out TVs for the bench, so they can see replays, like truck feeds. Just helps the coaches get replays in. Anything we do to our bench, we have to do to the visiting bench. So just doing the visiting bench now.
What I was doing interviews at 10:15.
Just Fernie, good to catch up, see some good faces, good people you went to work with every day for a few years.
Inside the scoreboard at Rexall Place. These are all the panels and the power supplies and addressing cards that you see here. And just doing a couple of quick repairs before the final game here. Been a lot of years, over 10 years, I've been repairing and maintaining the screen, and that's it for me today. Last time I'll be inside here. It's Willie's back. It's gonna touch it. No, it's Willie's back. That's perfect. That's what we're doing. Christmas, right? Yay! What? Last time.
Last call, real call.
Hey, good man. All right. They go tonight for us.
That's right.
They go for Wayne. Congrats.
The Oilers' final home game of the season pitch them against the Canucks. The points count, so both teams will need to be ready by puck drop.
That's good.
The Oilers' social media team stream updates throughout the day. It's something that didn't exist when this building first opened.
This day is going to be crazy, man. This day is going to be nuts, but it's going to be awesome, I think.
Hockey parent, ambassador of hockey. So Walter's going to wear a Gretzky jersey. Kevin will be seated.
It's getting near showtime. Last-minute production details are carefully reviewed.
All right, doors open just over an hour.
Here day one, and I'll leave it on this day, which is kind of neat.
You go ahead, Bob. I'll let these folks go ahead and I'll see upstairs. Okay, you're going to for the night.
There you go.
Good evening, everybody, and for the very last time, a big welcome from Rexall Place, home of the 5-time Stanley Cup champions, the Edmonton Oilers. Vancouver Canucks are in town tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Edmonton Oilers!
Please join us in welcoming, representing all of the event staff who deliver your Oilers game experience, a gentleman who will be sitting behind the Rexall Place microphone one final time this evening after 35 years of announcing all those memorable goals, Mark Lewis. Representing 4 decades of Oilers office staff, a member of the Oilers ticket department for over 25 years, Sheila McCaskill. Representing the staff from Northlands who have served you since 1974, an usher here in Rexall Place for 42 years, Miles Polyak. Representing the media and broadcast personnel who covered the Oilers with 3,542 games behind the mic, Hall of Famer representing the executive of the Oilers, the man behind the NHL's first ever outdoor game, and club president for 15 years, Patrick LaFord. Representing the most loyal and passionate fans in all of hockey, an Oilers season seat holder since the WHA, who's rarely missed a game in 4 decades, Margaret Mrazek. Representing the Oilers coaches and trainers, he's one of the most celebrated equipment managers in the history of hockey, having excelled at his craft for over a quarter century with the Edmonton Oilers. 5-time Stanley Cup champion Barry Stafford. 30-year employee of the Oilers in both business and hockey operations, and a part of the 1988 and 1990 Stanley Cup championships, Brian Ross. Representing all of the players who pulled on an Oilers jersey and stepped on this very ice, will you please welcome the very first man selected by the Alberta Oilers in the 1972 WHA General Player Draft, Val Fontaine. And finally, representing the ownership history of the Oilers, a man who twice led major initiatives to keep the Oilers here in Edmonton, including recruiting investors for and eventually becoming chairman of the Edmonton Investors Group, Cal Nichols. At this time, we would like to call on the captain of the Vancouver Canucks, Henrik Sedin, and Taylor Hall from your Edmonton Oilers to join our very special group as Cal Nichols drops the ceremonial face-off puck. Please rise, remove your hats, and join in the singing of our national anthem one final time at Rexall Place with Oilers legend Paul Orio.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true.
As one big performance gets underway, the needs of the next one are being readied in the wings.
Good shot by Yakupov. He scores! Well, you knew it had to come. Yakupov, and it was just like that. Puck came to a stick. That was a beautiful shot. And Edmonton, in the final game here, will take a 1-0 lead. Oilers score again. 2-0.
The Oilers goal scored unassisted by Maroon at 13-16.
Tonight is my very last game. 35 years. An awesome relationship for all those years. Well, I mean, everything has got to end sometime. You better go out on while more people like you than don't. I miss watching 40-plus nights a year for some entertainment hockey. You know, you just miss your friends mostly.
Here is beautiful setup. Score! Connor McDavid. Remember that name.
Presenting it to Conrad Hansen, a season seat holder since 1979. Let's hear it again, Walter Gretzky. It's the mother of all T-shirt blast. This one's gonna be
What was that, man?
Oh, sorry.
I kind of feel like kind of emotional, actually.
Knifed in front and a score. Patrick Cabrone gets another one. 4-1. Here comes Paul right in on goal. Scores! These Oilers in this last game in this building are getting to look more and more like those old Oilers we're talking about in all those cups. Stopped at the line by Sekera. They pass it around in there now. Well, on the power play in front. Score! Draisaitl just jumped on the puck and whipped her home.
Lots of goals, an Edmonton win, and one last salute to the fans. It's a fitting goodbye to Rexall Place from this year's team. Now, it's time for the final act. The ultimate curtain call
Hurry up, guys! Let's get those jerseys on!
to 42 years of memories.
It's not chaos, it's controlled chaos.
She's the best. The four. Dennis Gassian. Chris Joseph.
We're behind Monty.
Okay, perfect.
He's not hard to miss.
I gotta go.
Can I get your autograph?
Look, we're putting it back. We're putting it back, okay? Who has more fun than we do?
No, nobody.
Huh?
behind Dan Smith. Dan Smith. Dan Smith. There's Ray Cote. Ray Cote. I'm here. No, Kevin is not here.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Kevin.
Oh, ça va bien.
Yeah, Marty, Bernie.
I need the players here. I need the current players here. Barry Moore. Barry Moore. Wayne Zook. Okay.
Awesome, man. This is scary. Never see this again.
You remember?
I hear. We grabbed each other along the wall. I was like, oh my Lord. I was like 20 years old. Like, this is not going to be good. Look at the size of this guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome to Rexall Place Ice, number 34, Fernando Pisani. Number 21, Andrew Ference. Number 24, Danny Arndt. A two-time Stanley Cup winner, number 19, Willie Lindstrom. Number 23, Corey Cross. Number 30, Mike Sanier. Winner of 2 Stanley Cups, number 29, Rexall.
6, Brian Lynn. Number 11, Barry Long. Number 15, Kevin Primo. Number 31, Eddie Mio. Number 28, Bill Heward. Number 19, Marty Reasoner. Number 9, Bernie Nichols. Number 34, Brent Green. Number 9, Shane Corson. Number 10, Steve Kelly. Number 45, Sean Bell. Number 12, Josh Green. Number 4, Ray McKay. Assistant coach, Bob McCammon. Number 24, Tom Ralston. Number 15, Tim Sheehy. The winner of the Stanley Cup, number 23, Mo LeMay. Number 12, Troy Millette. Number 11, Ron Walters. Number 33, Brian Baltimore. Number 21, Igor Kravchuk. Number 38, Terence Sandwich. Number 15, Wayne Soup. Number 12, Stephen Rice. Number 18, Barry Moore. Number 15, Dennis Cassian. Number 2, Chris Joseph. Number 6, Bob Falkenberg. Assistant coach Billy Moore. Number 77, Gary Unger. General Manager Peter Cervelli. Oilers head coach Todd McClellan. And the rest of your Oilers coaching staff. Jay Woodcroft, Jim Johnson, Dustin Schwartz, Miles Fee. Number 25, Craig Topolinski. Number 30, Warren Skolodinsky. Number 29, Leon Draisaitl. Number 21, Bob Fischer. Number 20, Luke Gastick. Number 17, Cam Connor. Number 17, Rusty Patno. Number 6, Dan Smith. Winner of 2 Stanley Cups, number 18, Craig Simpson. Number 14, Ray Cote. Number 10, Tom Gilmore. Number 26, Pat Price. Number 20, Scott Metcalf. Number 19, Patrick Maroon. Number 2, Jim Ennis. Number 20, Bert LaForge. Number 20, Brian Zabisha. Number 77, Oscar Trefbach. Number 33, Norm Foster. Number 26, Wayne Malone. Number 5, Mark Fane. Number 41, Bill McDougall. Number 6, John Hughes. Number 10, Ron Anderson. Number 51, Anton Langer. Number 8, Wayne Van Dorp. Number 29, Louis DeBrusk. Number 26, Eero Pakarinen. Number 28, Todd Strube. Number 33, Scott Pearson. Number 34, Ryan McGill. Number 88, Brandon Davidson. Number 16, Darcy Hornachuk. Number 4, Kerry Kenner. Number 34, Mike Ware. Number 1, Peter Ing. Number 36, Dennis Buckby. Number 29, Steve Passmore. Number 15, Jim Nielsen. Number 17, Scott Thornton. Number 36, Brad Warenka. Number 10, John Rogers. Number 1, Ken Brown. Number 15, Greg Hargood. Number 38, Jeff Delorier. Number 67, Benoit Pouliot. Number 1, Joaquin Gage. Number 8, Stu Kulak. 18, Bob McAneely. And number 23, Ted McAneely. Number 25, Mike Moeller. Number 8, Doug Friedman. Number 10, Neil Yakupov. Number 43, Jason Strudwick. Number 27, Frank Beaton. Number 26, Sean Podine. Number 44, Zach Cassian. Number 8, Doug Smith. Number 62, Eric Greiber. Number 15, Frederick Olesen. Number 27, Adam Clemdenny. Number 40, Fred Brathwaite. Number 11, Skip Crate. Number 86, Nikita Nikitin. Number 14, Jordan Eberle. Number 30, UC Markkinen. Number 6, Ian Herbert. Number 32, Matthew Garon. Number 1, Laurent Brossois. A Stanley Cup winner, number 28, Larry Melnick. Number 8, Gord Sherwood. Number 15, Steve Gray. Number 22, Adam Cracknell. Number 19, Boyd Devereaux. Number 42, Ryan O'Mara. 30, Ron Lowe. A Stanley Cup winner, number 13, Ken Linksman. Number 55, Mark Letestu. A Stanley Cup winner, number 25, Jeff Smith. The head trainer, Ken Lowe. The equipment manager, Barry Stafford. Equipment manager, Lyle Sparky Kochiski. Team doctor, David Reed. Team physiotherapist, Dave McGee. Stanley Cup winner, number 20, Martin Jelena. Number 6, Adam Purdy. Number 18, Kirk Maltby. Number 21, Stan Weir. Number 4, Taylor Hall. A Stanley Cup winner, number 7, Mark Land. Number 5, Doug Hicks. Number 37, Dean McCammon. Number 82, Jordan Osterley. Winner of 3 Stanley Cups, number 28, Craig Muni. Number 2, Andrei Sekera. Number 32, Scott Ferguson. Winner of 2 Stanley Cups, number 33, Marty McSorley. Number 19, Ken Bear. Winner of 3 Stanley Cups, number 26, Mike Krushelnicki. Number 23, Sean Brown. Number 97, Connor McDavid. Winner of 2 Stanley Cups, number 16, Pat Hughes. Number 9, Ross Perkins. Number 14, Blair B.J. McDonald. Winner of 2 Stanley Cups, number 27, Dave Salenko. Number 7, Ron Chipperfield. Number 20, Steve Carlisle. Number 8, Griffin Reinhardt. Number 8, Val Fontaine. Number 23, Matt Hendricks. Number 27, Georges Larac. Number 33, Cam Talbot. Winner of 2 Stanley Cups, number 30, Bill Ranford. Winner of 2 Stanley Cups, number 20, Dave Lovely. A Stanley Cup winner, number 85, Peter Klima. Number 93, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Winner of 5 Stanley Cups, number 4, Kevin Lowe. Number 94, Ryan Smith. Number 3, Al Hamilton. Winner of 5 Stanley Cups, number 31, Grant Fure. Winner of 3 Stanley Cups, number 7, Paul Coffey. Winner of 5 Stanley Cups, number 17, Yari Curry. Winner of 5 Stanley Cups, number 9, Glenn Anderson. Winner of 5 Stanley Cups, number 11, Bert of 4 Stanley Cups, number 99, Wayne Gretzky. Would you please welcome, to take us through tonight's farewell Rexall Place celebration, the gentleman who started his career in 1980, working 25 years as the owner's vice president of public relations, highly respected in the National Hockey League for his professionalism and sincerity. Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Tuwilli.
I know. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. What an incredible sight. A sea of orange. Is that not unbelievable? What a night. Thank you. You know, we often hear that sports teams are like families. And this incredible reunion proves one point. Like most families, we rejoice at each other's successes. We share the pain of our failures. Our hearts are broken when a member of our unique clan passes away. And so even on this evening of celebration, we pause to remember those people. Whether they contributed on or off the ice, we'll always recognize the fact that once you are an Oiler, you'll always be an Oiler and an important part of our family. Well, you've been sitting here very patiently. We had a wonderful hockey game. It's time to hear from some of the players who have proudly worn the Oilers logo over the last 30 or 40 years. Let's meet our official on-ice reporters. Firstly, a gentleman who produced Oiler TV for years, was the Executive Vice President of Programming and Production for the NHL. He won an Emmy Award as a producer of hockey broadcasts for NBC coverage of the 2002 Olympics in Salt Lake City, and is now a Rogers Sportsnet on-air personality. Please welcome John Shannon. John? He's going to be joined by one of the nicest men in hockey. I first met him when he was a videographer with CFRN many, many years ago, back in the 80s, and he now entertains us with his rather unique approach to hosting the hockey broadcast. Here's the Prince of Puns, Gene Principe.
My chance to go first, and I get to talk to the first man who scored a goal in the National Hockey League on a Saturday night in October of 1979 against the Detroit Red Wings, Blair McDonald. Blair, welcome.
Oh, hey, isn't this awesome?
You played in this building enough times to know that it was home. When you came back, what did you think today, and what did you think the last couple of days?
Well, this event has just been just out of this world. I mean, look at this place. It's how many hours after the game, and no one's left. This is unbelievable.
You were on that line with Brett Callaghan and that young kid in the middle. I think it was great that you taught Wayne Gretzky as much as you did.
Man, I had to be one of the luckiest guys in hockey, right? To be able to play the first couple of years with Gretz. And that first year, we were a little bit of underdogs. No one really knew too much about the team. We came into the league, and that first game here, I think the lead up, the buzz in the city, and the warm-up and the electricity in that building in that first game, and we were lucky enough to pull off a win against an Original Six team, Detroit. It was just a great night.
Well, you were part of it. Ladies and gentlemen, Blair B.J. McDonald. Gene?
John, thanks very much. Well, as everybody knows, the Edmonton Oilers made a really big deal in 1988, a trade, a blockbuster, and it involved Bill Ranford, because you came over from the Boston Bruins, and as you came over, I wonder what you were thinking about joining a team that had already had a large amount of success.
Well, I was living in Red Deer, so I was a big Oilers fan, so it was a huge honor for me, and you know, it was a little overwhelming coming here with the likes of Wayne Gretzky, Yari Curry, Glenn Anderson, Mark Messier, and of course the legendary Grant Fure. So it was a real honor for me. I was excited about it, and you know, I spent 10 years here, and you know what? This is a big family here. This is just an incredible night. I'd just like to thank the Edmonton Oilers organization for having me here. I'll never forget this. This is a lifetime moment right here.
John?
Before the National Hockey League were the Alberta Oilers and the Edmonton Oilers of the WHA, and one of those original Oilers, Rusty Patenaude. I think the first Oiler to score 100 goals in this jersey, am I right?
I guess that's right.
And without the WHA Oilers, there are no NHL Oilers, and there are no Stanley Cups. So, Rusty, you were part of something of a birth. What does that make you feel like as a long-time Oiler?
Well, I just feel very fortunate to be a part of this organization. It's been a class organization right from Bill Hunter right through to today, and I can see nothing but great things for the Oilers in their new building and thing, and I'm just proud to be part of them.
Tell us about your career here. What did you like about playing in Edmonton?
Well, you know what? Edmonton was a home that felt home away from home, and people just endorsed you, and the fans were so passionate. They just made you feel like you were something every night.
Ladies and gentlemen, an original Oiler, Rusty Patenaude.
John, Ken Lindsman was known for getting under the skin of opposing. Yeah, go ahead, give him a cheer.
Ken, what sort of qualities did you have and do players have to have when they're able to really kind of throw off the other team and maybe get to the point where they're more concerned about you than what else is going on the ice?
I don't really know. It was just the way I play. It's just natural.
Came to you naturally? Do you remember anyone in particular or certain players that you were able to bother a bit more than others?
Not really. I just played. Just did it.
Well, like you said, it came naturally. In 1984, the year that you won the Stanley Cup with the Edmonton Oilers, you scored 3 series clinching goals, including the one that clinched the Stanley Cup. What was that like for you?
I was very lucky. You know, the goals weren't. The game wasn't that close at the time. I think when I scored the game winner in the Stanley Cup game, it was the third goal. We were 3-0 and ended up winning 5-2. But you know, I played with a great bunch of guys and great people, and very lucky.
Ken, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Craig Muni won 3 Stanley Cups for the Edmonton Oilers. You live in Buffalo now. What's it like to come home to the city of champions?
Well, all you have to do is take a look around. Tonight at the game at City Hall is like winning the Stanley Cup all over again, coming back to Edmonton again.
Craig, the defense you were on, there were some pretty big names. Obviously, Paul Coffey was a big part of the defense. But with all the firepower up front, you guys didn't get much credit for what you did for this team. What was that like, and what was it like to play with all these superstars?
Well, they made the game very easy, that's for sure. Our main job was to get the puck up to them. But come every playoffs, the defense as a core, we took that as a challenge to outduel the other team's defense and show that we were capable of helping out as much as we could.
And what was it like to carry the cup around this rink in front of these people?
As exciting as it was, I think the only thing that popped to my mind first was don't trip and don't drop the Stanley Cup right on national television.
Ladies and gentlemen, Craig Muni.
Well, for all the great talent that has been on the Edmonton Oilers, I know they're not booing. They are looing. And what was it like for you when you kind of first heard the fans do that when you arrived in Edmonton?
It was pretty remarkable. It was amazing, you know, and we've already heard guys talk about it. People, this is what it's all about right here, you know, coming to the Oilers and, you know, what they'd accomplished, what they'd done, stepping in that dressing room. I mean, they were the greatest franchise around, and everybody wanted to play for them. And these fans here, they're loud, they're passionate, and when they cheer your name, it's the best feeling in the world.
Do you think it's something where the fans in the stands can really relate to the tough guys? Because in this city, the tough guys, they're like gold, right? As you can tell by the reception for you.
Hey, blue collar, right? Listen, you know what? That's, they've always loved it. They have, you know what? You look through the years and the players that played that way, played hard, played tough. I mean, that's what people love to see. But they also love their skill, and they had the greatest in the world that played here and, you know, led the way, and some of the greatest that have ever played the game. You know, but they certainly like that element of that style, and rightfully so. I like it too.
Lou, thank you. And the way you talk, you maybe look forward to a role on TV at some point. I think that would work for you.
I'll keep my fingers crossed.
Yeah. Okay, Lou, thank you. Lou DeBrus.
Well, it didn't win a Stanley Cup. Is there any more memorable goal than the first goal of Jordan Eberle at that end of the ice in this building? Tell me what that was like, and tell me what this is like.
I mean, it's amazing to be a part of this. Obviously, all the Oilers coming back. You know, for me, my first game, I think every player here probably remembers their first NHL game. I was lucky enough to have my family and friends there, and you know, I tell the story all the time. I would have been just as happy to tip it in or bank it off me or whatever, but you know, Sean Horkoff gives it to me quite a bit about looking him off on a 2-on-1, but you know, it was great how it worked out.
So Jordan, the new building is one thing. This is a real hockey community, and you played in Regina. You understand what it's like to play in a pure hockey town. When you talk to former teammates and guys around the NHL of what's it like to play in Edmonton, what can you tell them?
It is exactly what you said. It's a hockey town. You know, you're going out for dinner, you're going out for lunch, you're meeting people that are season ticket holders, and you're talking to people about how much they love the game. And you know, I think a great example is that is Ryan Smith's last game. Just the fan support that they gave him, and to be a part of that was incredible. And that just sums up the fans here.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 14, Jordan Eberle.
They must think I need some protection from one tough guy. To another. I actually have not had a fight since grade 5, so it has been a long time. As I'm joined by George Laraque, and just continuing on the theme of Louis DeBrusque and tough guys in this city, how long did it take you to feel very comfortable as an Edmonton Oiler and an Edmontonian?
You know what, I have to thank the coaching staff a lot, because Ron Lowe, Kevin Lowe, Craig McTavish, they make me work really hard to be more of a just guy that would play 2-3 minutes a game, so we could play hard, like hard-nosed Oilers hockey, 4 lines. And thanks to the coaching staff, I got to develop a bit more. And I remember when I got into the dressing room when I was a rookie, I went to Sparky, our trainer, and I said I wanted number 27. And I was putting a lot of pressure on my shoulder, and I don't know if I came up to even what Dave has done to the city and to this team, but it was an honor to wear the same number, you know, in honor of him.
Yeah, I must admit, one of the neat moments this morning is seeing you and Dave Semenko spend some time together. We'll talk about 2006 in a few different ways tonight, but when you look at these fans and you turn back the clock 10 years, what do you remember about this building and that run?
You know, truly we have the best fans in the world. With Paul Laurier, when he did the national anthems, you know, when Paul Laurier did the national anthem, you guys picked it up. All the other teams copied us after. You guys started it. I played in 14. Edmonton is the best team to play for. And a guy born in Montreal, Edmonton, I call it home now. This is home for me. I love you guys. You guys are amazing.
Maybe one of the most important goals in Oiler history wasn't scored in this rink. It was scored on Long Island at the Nassau Coliseum. Pat Hughes to Kevin McClellan. The Oilers win their first game of the '84 final. They slayed the Demon that day, proving they could beat the New York Islanders. Pat, what do you tell your friends now about the goal, or what do you remember about this team and the team you played with?
Well, that was our second chance to get back at them from getting beat 4 straight the year before. And, you know, puck goes in the corner, dig it out, flip it over to Kevin, and he picked the corner, which was unlike him, but 1-0, and we held on. It was a great start. Even though we lost the next night, we came back here and handled them pretty well.
So when you live in Michigan now, when you tell your friends in Michigan you won the Stanley Cup and you played in Edmonton and it was at Rexall, then Northlands, what's your first memory?
Well, certainly the cup. I mean, the first cup here was electric for the city, electric for the team. You know, the whole city shared in it, the fans, and it's just a great event.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 16, Pat Hughes.
The first captain in the Oilers' history in the NHL, Ron Chipperfield. What was it like for you to be the first captain of a franchise like this?
Well, it was certainly an amazing honor. I certainly wasn't expected. I came to camp with all the guys, and I think it may have been the last captain vote that was put forward, and the players voted for me, which again was quite a surprise and quite an honor.
Well, I will say this, Ron, after you, there were so many great captains. What was it like to set the stage for the guys that followed in your footsteps and also wore the C?
Well, 3 of the captains that came after me, Wayne had already played 1 year in the WHA with us, and then Mark and Kevin came that first year, which they became the next the captains further on. And so I had the joy to watch these 3 young guys who I knew would all become not only great players, outstanding people, and certainly captains of a team and an organization someday.
Ron, thanks for your time.
Thanks, Gene.
Not many brother combinations played for the Edmonton Oilers. Bob McAnally, Ted McAnally. Not only did they play for the Oilers, they played for the Oil Kings as junior players in the late 60s. Bob, to you first. Explain what being an Oiler means to you now and what it meant to you in the mid-70s when you played in the WHA.
Well, it was a thrill to come and play professional hockey. That was a dream of a kid like me from Prince George, BC. All of a sudden, I was in Edmonton playing with the Oilers, playing against Bobby Hull. Of course, Bobby Hull was my idol, and what better memories of Bobby Hull and playing against him than seeing him streaking up the left side, slapping that shot, and those are great.
You weren't supposed to watch it, you were supposed to stop it.
I was checking him. But great memories, and I've continued to stay in Edmonton after hockey, and we've got a strong Oiler Alumni Association, just getting stronger with the new young guys coming through.
What was it like to play with your brother?
Well, we played junior hockey with the Oil Kings for 3 years, and we had somewhat of a reputation, but it was good playing with him. Ted's a defenseman, I'm a left winger, and we're twins, and it was a great experience playing pro hockey together.
So Ted, you can tell the truth. What was it like playing with your brother?
It was great. We had played since we were 5 years old, and to come and play junior hockey with the Edmonton Oil Kings, and then I left and played 3 years in the National League with the California Seals, and Gretz at that time hadn't brought his magic to California, and so the fans didn't have the passion that they do down there now. So when I had an opportunity to come back to Edmonton and play in front of the Edmonton fans who have the passion, and then step on this ice the first time, and the energy and the electricity that the fans give to you, what a thrill. And then to, of course, play with Bob. That was tremendous.
Well, welcome back for the night. Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Ted McAnally.
I think as soon as you see him, you think 2006, and Fernando George Larocque touched on that run. What kind of sticks out for you, especially as a kid who grew up here and watched some of the people you're sitting with tonight, and then being one of them on the ice?
Yeah, I think when we all sat down, I looked at Lou. I think we're in the wrong spot here. We got pretty good company there with Gretzky, Messier, and Curry, and Anderson, and all those guys. It's being a kid from Edmonton, it's a pretty special feeling for me to be a part of this.
Well, even all those names you mentioned would have been impressed. 14 goals, 5 game winners, Game 5. Overtime, shorthanded. That run for you, is there any way to kind of put words to how great it was for the team and how great it was for you?
It was such an exciting time for the city. Every time we stepped on the ice, this place was just electric and so loud, and as soon as the trainers would open the doors to go out to the benches, you could just hear the excitement and feel it, and you just got butterflies in your stomach. It was a pretty special feeling for me.
Nando, and a lot of special goals. Congratulations on a great career with the Oilers.
Thanks, Gene.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stanley Cup champion Craig Simpson. So you have lived the life in this building as a player, as a coach, and as a broadcaster. What does the place mean to you?
It's a very special place, and it starts with coming here as a 20-year-old, getting traded. I want to, first and foremost, I've said this to Paul numerous times, but Paul, thank you for holding out and not wanting to get a deal done. I got an opportunity to come here to Edmonton because Paul Coffey, and Paul and I have a good history together. The greatest defenseman in the NHL, but he gave me an opportunity to come to a team that I admired as a fan, I admired as a player. Got an opportunity as a 20-year-old to come and play with Wayne Gretzky, who is my idol growing up.
He was mine too,
yeah,
so.
No, and And the most important thing, Glenn Sather said to me day one, you're going to play with Mark Messier and Glenn Anderson. And I said, oh, that's a great start. And I want to thank Mark and Glenn were the best line mates, the best teammates, and we, in front of fans like this, like tonight is a night that you look back on the past, but you also respect what you've done as a group. 150 plus players here have all had different moments on this ice. Some of us have been able to win. Fernando and the group in 2006 came so close, but it's about performing for these fans, and this is probably the most incredible time.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 18, Craig Simpson.
Well, as these players could attest to, you build a franchise through free agency, through the draft, through trades with Indianapolis, and sometimes you get guys from other teams who step in and think, you know, how will I fit? How will they accept me? How were you accepted by the Oilers?
Well, you know, I came here from Pittsburgh, where I think that the veterans weren't necessarily great to the rookies. There was concern about whether they were going to keep their jobs. And I walked into a locker room that is daunting because they'd won 2 Stanley Cups and it was full of great, great players. But I very, very quickly found out that they were greater people, that the sense of community, the sense of family in that locker room was absolutely phenomenal. You know, right away, Wayne says, welcome to the team. Mark Messier said, you're not staying at the hotel, you're staying at my house. Koff says, if you need a car, I've got a car for you to drive till you get settled. And guys like Semenko and Randy Gregg and Lee Fogelin, the strength of it. And even guys like Ace Bailey and Al Hamilton, the older guys that were still around and had a great influence. And Teddy Green was so good to me. It was a great environment for a young player to learn how to win, to learn how to compete, and have such a love for the game.
Craig Simpson just alluded to, you know, winning a Stanley Cup. You won 2, 1987. Some of the younger fans may not remember, but as you win, you search out people that you know and you love. And you went looking for your father. Just walk us through when you decided to do that and what it was like to search him out and find him.
Well, you know, the Oiler locker room has been so family friendly. The fathers, the kids, everybody was always so welcome around the hockey team, and they were proud of that scenario. And my dad was too nervous to watch the games in the stands, so he'd walk around this building underneath the stands. So when we won and they opened the door and rolled out the carpet, and I'm almost lost because you win a Stanley Cup and it's just bigger than life, and there's my dad. And when he walked out on the ice, I just gave him a great big hug and said, we got our name on the Stanley Cup. So it was just an extension of the team.
Great moment, great story, Marty. Thanks very much.
Thank you, G.
Ron Chipperfield, it was great to hear him, the captain of the Oilers when they joined the National Hockey League, got traded that season to Quebec for a goaltender. Anybody you know?
Best day of my life, John. Best day of my life.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ron Lowe.
It was really funny because Chipper and I played on the same team in Manitoba. And when he got traded to where I was coming from, I felt for him, but felt really good for me. You know, sometimes it's give and take.
So that first year you came here, the team made the playoffs, lost in the first round of the Flyers. I think Kenny Linsman scored the winning goal for the Flyers that night in Game 3 here. But tell us what it meant to be a player early in the Coliseum and for the Oilers in the NHL, and then to go to become a coach. How much different was it?
The playing, I wasn't good enough to contribute to the Stanley Cups. Sorry, they had Fure, Moger, they had Billy Ranford. There was a whole bunch of guys that were a whole bunch better than me. And that was good, because we wouldn't have won if I was playing. But I want to tell you, I had lots to do with all of them, and they were the neatest bunch of guys. The goaltending that they've had here has been so good, and the people that got to watch the great players also got to watch some great goaltenders. And to me, that was one of the big things, one of the reasons that this group won every year, because at some points in time, the defensive game lapsed a wee bit. I don't know if you ever noticed that.
Once in a while.
But their goaltending was phenomenal.
So the other thing I think we have to talk about, there was a rite of spring in the 90s when you were the coach of playing the Dallas Stars in the first round of the playoffs, or one of those rounds of the playoffs, and the Todd Marchant goal in Game 7 in reunion.
You know what? The thing I remember most about that whole series was Game 4 here. I think, no, Game 5. We're down 3-1, and we're down 3-1 in the game. And the place was emptying out. Late, 10 minutes into the third. They said it was a U-turn on Capilano. Because all of a sudden we scored, and we scored again. And then Bucky gets the overtime winner. This whole place was full at the end of the night again. And I'll never forget that, and I appreciate everybody that came back.
Ladies and gentlemen, player, coach, Ron Lowe.
Thanks, Ron.
Well, lots of talk about the past and talk about present and futures. I'm joined by Taylor Hall and how'd you feel about that game?
It was more a relief than anything. The guys really wanted to play well for the last game here. With everyone here, all the legends in town, it was a really fun night.
What was the atmosphere like with the fans and the stick salute at the end and the standing ovation, and just how that felt to kind of send your team off to the end of the season and to the end of this building?
Yeah, it was amazing. Right off the bat in warm-up, you could tell there was electricity in the building. Even just walking out here now, everyone's still in their seats. Everyone's glued in. It's amazing. That's what Edmonton's all about. And getting here 6 years ago and seeing what this town, how much they love hockey, playing in an arena where all of these great players have played, it's been a fun journey.
Taylor, thank you. Enjoy the offseason.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the coach of the Edmonton Oilers, Todd McLellan. Before we talk about you and your team in this city, tell us about what it was like to come here as a visiting coach. 2006, you were on the bench for the Red Wings. Steve Yzerman's last game in the National Hockey League. You were an assistant coach for the Red Wings that the Oilers beat in the first round to go all the way to the Stanley Cup final that year. What was it like in this building?
It was loud. It was exciting. The building was shaking, and we were disappointed. Edmonton did one hell of a job, and that's what we're hoping to get to eventually.
So the game's been over for about an hour, and if I would have told you this summer before you got the job, when we're going to close the building, we're going to have 18,000 people sitting around for an hour and a half, just sitting, listening to people tell stories about this great franchise, what would you have told me?
I actually would have believed it. Being from Western Canada, I know what it's like here in Edmonton and knew what to expect coming in. This is very humbling when you look around at the players that have come back and returned to their home, Edmonton, and honored the Oilers, the different generations. And I said to the media tonight, their presence, just their presence alone, held us accountable tonight, as well as the 18,000 people that show up every night. So we appreciate it.
Well, you're an Oiler now.
Absolutely.
It's just waiting.
Hey, now, let's stop it before he starts crying, okay? Because we've seen that before. We've seen tears of joy, tears of sadness, but more tears of joy because you came back to Edmonton. What do you think of that response? Does it ever kind of go, wow, that's for me?
Yeah, well, it's very humbling.
in many different occasions that it's occurred along my journey, being a part of the Edmonton Oilers organization. I want to start by saying this is first class, right from Daryl Cates to Kevin Lowe and Bob Nicholson and orchestrating all this. It's a great night for not only myself, my family, but all these guys here, and hopefully you'll remember these forever for sure.
Well, we've discussed 2006 a number of times. I want to talk about a memory. I think you were just behind me. Was it not when you took the puck in the teeth from Chris Pronger? You go away, you come back, and you set up the OT winner by Shorn Hawkup. What was that like? Did you ever consider not coming back? And I'm guessing the answer was no.
Well, I was very fortunate to have great trainers for sure to help out on that front. I didn't have nerve exposure, so that I didn't have to go to the hospital for all that dental work. But the story behind it all is those doors were closed between the benches on the way down, and I was so upset and mad. I pushed those doors open, and there was an usherette lady in behind there. I ended up hearing that she broke her wrist. So a couple days later, we ended up obviously winning that hockey game. Sean Horkoff, double overtime winner. Sorry, Todd. But I wanted to make sure that she got her cast autograph, so I got that all taken care of.
That actually seems like a fair trade. You know, broken wrist, signature from Ryan Smith. You broke the wrist, but I also saw you with a broken heart. I've seen lots of different athletes. Game 7, Carolina, you guys, Fernando talked about it, George talked about it. You guys gave everything you could, and I saw you walk off the ice in tears. Can you just give us an idea how badly you wanted that Stanley Cup for you, for these fans, for this city and franchise?
Well, the city in itself speaks for how much they support the Edmonton Oilers, and going that full distance and coming up short, it's so, it's a tough pill to swallow. I don't live in regret. There's a loss of not winning the Stanley Cup, but at the end of the day, we went as far as we could, and we did as best as we could, and it was a journey that I'll never forget.
Long before the banners of Wayne and Yari and Grant and Glenn went up, went the first banner, and the number 3 of Al Hamilton of the WHA Edmonton Oilers. When he came out of junior hockey, he was known as Bobby Orr of the West, if I'm not correct. I think that's the right story, out of Winnipeg. And in many ways, the franchise, the Oiler franchise then, was on the back of Al Hamilton, some of the great players of the WHA. There would be no NHL team without guys like Al Hamilton here in the WHA. What does that make you feel, Al?
Well, when I first heard about the WHA forming, I wasn't real excited about, I was excited about Edmonton getting a team, but I wasn't excited about coming back because I thought this is another one of Bill Hunter's schemes. But it turned out to be a wonderful experience. I got to play the 7 years in the WHA and then played the first year with the Oilers and played with great players like Gretz and Mess and Kevin, and so and see the start of it. Edmonton has been home for me for all these years, and it's a great city. And these kids, when they learn now what winning is about in this town, they'll know what love is.
So tell us that first year, and you saw 99 on the ice as a teenager. You're the old vet. Did you know right away?
Well, yeah, it wasn't too hard to tell. I'll tell you one little story. Wayne had, in the first year of the NHL, Wayne had 7 assists in a game, and I passed him the puck, and he mesmerized everybody on the ice and drew them all over to one side, including their goaltender, and slid it to me. If I put it in the net, it's a record. I missed the net by 15 feet. Sorry, Gretz.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 3, Al Hamilton.
Anybody who's ever worn the Oiler jersey feels a great sense of pride. But Grant, does it mean even a little bit more considering you grew up right in the Edmonton area and you were growing up here, watching the Oilers, and then one day being one?
I think that's a special time. I mean, I got the opportunity to watch a lot of these guys play in the WHA and the old Edmonton Gardens. So to see them play there and want to be an Oiler as a kid and to be able to do it at home, it's a great deal.
I was walking over here tonight and I was thinking about some of the things you said over the years that you were here. And now, did Glenn make you run the stairs here?
All of them, actually.
What was the point he was trying to prove?
We were having a little discussion about shape in training camp, so apparently round's not a shape.
I was looking through the stats, and one year you had 14 assists, and you were a goaltender. You had a run and gun offense. What was it like to be that last line of defense and making those big saves, whether the score was 6-4 or 7-5, making sure the other team didn't get one closer?
You know what? We had such a great group of guys that, yeah, we won a lot of games 7-3, 7-4, but if they had to bear down and play good defense, we could win 1-0 also. So I think we had a reputation as a run and gun team, but if you looked at our record come playoff time, we could win the close games.
Yeah, biggest win was 1-0 to get the franchise off and running. Grant, thank you. Pleasure to talk to you.
Thanks, Gene.
So I was going to mention the 14 assists for Grant as well, simply because the opposition would shoot the puck, Grant would stop it, put it behind the net and give it to Paul, and then Paul would skate all the way up the ice and score. It was a easy thing to do, right? Caught 49 goals one year.
Well, it wasn't easy, but the easiest part was to get the puck from Grant, skate up, and give it to Wayne, Mark, Yari, or Glenn. That's what a smart defenseman does, gives it to good forwards, and we had plenty of them, and it made it a lot easier.
What do you remember about this building, and what do you remember about these people?
I just remember this town being, you know, I came here as an 18, 19-year-old with Mark and Wayne and Yari, and Fure came the next year, and Glenn, but it was a town of character. I mean, you can talk all you want about this team having Gretzky, Messier, Anderson, Curry, and guys like that, but, you know, what made this team champions were the role players, the Semenkos, the Hunters, the McClellans, the McSorleys, you know, Dave Lumley, guys like that allowed us to have fun and go out and play the way we did, and that's why we were champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 7, Hall of Famer Paul Coffey.
Well, John, we had just talked to Grant Fure about 14 assists in a season. Now, was there more to the story about Grant and assists?
Yeah, there's a lot more to, especially climbing the stairs with the big sweat bag on and running up. We were watching them there a couple of times, but the real key thing was it was a battle for who was going to get the most points that year between Semenk and Fure on the assist list, because Semenk had to score.
Here you are joking with Grant, you're joking with Dave, and the decades go by, but does it feel like it's still, you know, the 80s when it comes to just how tight-knit group you guys are and still are after all these decades?
Well, the threshold over there, once you walk through those doors, you better have a rhinoceros skin, because there's a lot of darts that were thrown around, and Koff was very good at it, so he could throw with the best of them, and the comments that came out of it, that's what made our team so tight and so close, because we could say and do anything, and once we were a team through that path right there, everything, any problems outside of the rink, they all disappeared, and we played for each other in the town of Edmonton.
Glenn, thanks, and good to see you again.
Okay, thanks, Shane.
For Edmonton Oilers fans, the most iconic call of them all came at the end of the deciding game in the 1984 Stanley Cup, when the upstart Oilers, in their 5th year in the NHL, achieved the incredible. Watch the screen.
There's a new bunch on the block in the National Hockey League. The Edmonton Oilers have won the Stanley Cup.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the author of that call, the Dean of NHL Broadcasters, Mr. Bob Cole. Come on out, Bob.
So, Bob, tell us why and how the new bunch on the block came about.
I'm not quite sure, John, but I kind of fell in love with this group, these young Oilers in '83, when they got all the way to the Stanley Cup final in Long Island. It was a dynasty with the Islanders, and they lost in 4 games. And I remember walking out with Wayne and Glenn and Paul and all the guys, and everybody was just in silence, just walking and bruised and tired and worn out. And then the next year, I lived through it and I really fell in love with this team. They made me feel so comfortable. And we got together again, as everybody knows, the next year in '84, and they won their first Stanley Cup. The first of 4 here in this old building, which we're saying goodbye to tonight. And it just happened. A new bunch on the block. Sometimes you're wrong, but I was right. New bunch.
Wayne, you've had great friendships with many announcers over the years. I remember when you first met Danny Gallivan, but your time with Bob, even that closing game at Madison Square Garden in 1999, the hug in the hallway, and what Bob means to you in this franchise.
Well, first of all, I want to thank everyone for a wonderful night. The Oilers and all the players who came back, and of course the fans. Mark and I were talking. I don't think there's any other city where the fans would still be sitting here. My gosh, we wish we could get out there and play for them, but we can't do that anymore.
One quick question. When you signed your 21-year contract, I think it was in one of the corners on a card table here when you were in the WHA, did you ever imagine that this would occur?
2 people said it would happen. Glenn Sather, my dad, and Vic Maw. Those 3 people said, we're going to win Stanley Cups in Edmonton. Mark Messier and Kevin Lowe and Paul Coffey, and to me, the greatest goalie ever lived, Grant Fure and Glenn Anderson. But back to Mr. Cole. My 2 favorite moments are the new kids on the block, and when he said to Team Canada, that's got to be enough. That was the most joyous time for me. But, you know, we grew up as fans. Mark was sitting here telling me today they used to take the bus to watch Rusty Patino play. We're kids, too, with dreams, and everybody should have their dreams. We grew up watching Danny Gallivan and Dick Irvin and Foster Hewitt and Mr. Cole. I try to call him every couple of weeks to see how he's doing. Sometimes the phone calls don't get through to Newfoundland, but all in all, the greatest thing about hockey is the people you meet. My life, the people I've met, my family, my wife, my kids, the friendships I have, our memories. It's nothing like it. It's the greatest game in the world.
Mark, just continuing on the theme of Mr. Cole, the Hockey Hall of Famer, somewhere you're certainly familiar with. Were there certain, Wayne just talked about certain calls, were there, now it's a Moose call we're getting, I guess, eh? Were there specific calls, or just was it something special to know that Bob Cole would have called a Stanley Cup winning or a playoff winning series goal?
You knew you were in the big leagues. You knew you're in the moment. You knew that you're at the end of the line and playing for the championship when Bob was around. It was a special moment, and we'll never forget, obviously, for all the obvious reasons, winning the Stanley Cup, but then you put all the people that make magic happen and bring it to the people there, and nobody did it better than Bob.
And still continues to do it as you did tonight, Bob. What a great call you had of the kind of the new kids on the block when it comes to the current Edmonton Oilers. For you, Wayne just described some of the things it took to be successful. Can you kind of maybe continue on that theme or add to that when it came to the group, the family, the dynasty that was built in this northern city with blue-collar people, blue-collar hockey players, and then some gyms as well?
Well, I think it's very simple. No individual can win a championship on his own. I mean, it's just that simple. You need a lot of support. You need a lot of people thinking the same way, all in alignment. You need the heart and dedication and the character to make it happen. And we realize that, like I said today at City Hall, when you win, the stage is big enough for everybody. You got to make everybody feel that their contributions are just as important as the next guys, no matter whether it's 30 minutes a game or 2 minutes a game. Everybody's got to feel that they're important. If they don't bring their best every game, you have zero chance of winning there. And we were able to convince everybody that came here that they were important and we needed to.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Cole, Wayne Gretzky, Mark Messier.
It's a great privilege to introduce him. His contributions to this community, to the game of hockey, are literally impossible to include in a brief introduction. He was the first Oilers draft pick. He played on 5 Stanley Cups, 6 if you count the Oilers farm team in New York. He pioneered the Oilers players' commitment to the community when he chaired the Christmas Bureau campaign, the most incredible campaign, and it continues to this day. He was a head coach of the Oilers, the general manager of the Oilers, was involved many times on the international hockey stage, and is now the vice chairman of the Oilers Entertainment Group. Please join me in welcoming Kevin Lowe.
Thank you, Bill. And thank you for everyone for sticking around. It's made us feel special. It's my honor on behalf of the Oilers Entertainment Group to welcome everyone here to Rexall Place, or as many of you remember it throughout the years, Northlands Coliseum. A big thank you to Mr. Bob Nicholson for all your support and for giving me the honor of speaking on behalf of the organization tonight. Let's give a big round of applause for the Edmonton Symphony Orchestra. So great to have them here. We have a saying, once an Oiler, always an Oiler. And you guys have made it special. Thank you to the Northlands, all the great staff over the many years. You helped bring this building to life, game in, game out, and you made it a great experience for the players and for the fans. Thank you, Northlands. And a special thanks to our amazing Oilers staff, now Oilers Entertainment Group, past and present. Your passion, commitment, and love of the team has always been the foundation and the success of this organization. Thank you. And most importantly, last but not least, thank you to the fans. You showed time and again this afternoon at Churchill Square and here tonight, that you're the greatest fans in all of hockey. And you've made us special all these years for us. There is some sadness saying goodbye to what's been our home for 42 years. But we're tremendously excited about the future and Rogers Place and our new downtown arena. But it's bittersweet, a bittersweet night for all of us who played here and made so many great friendships and made so many memories over the years. So, without further ado, it's now my privilege to call upon our banner honorees to go over and get in position to receive this special banner commemorating the 42-year history of the Oilers in Rexall Place. Wayne, Mark, Al, Grant, Yari, Paul, and Andy. And here to assist to transfer the banner are 2 longtime Northlands employees. Currently in his 36th year with Northlands, please say hello to Chris Lewis. And after spending 18 years on Northlands ice crew and now his 31st year with Northlands, please say hello to George Wazelenchuk. And of course, we can't say goodbye to this building without bringing out one last individual. Ladies and gentlemen, Joey Moss.
Coliseum, I gotta say, that's the house that Hunter built.
There's a new foot on the block in the National Hockey League. The Edmonton Oilers.
The imagination of the country coast to coast.
Where else could you ever get 17,000 people to come and watch a team who won in 1984?
The Edmonton Oilers have won the Stanley Cup.
What an unbelievable save!
You pass in front, Hawkins, the Curry scores! The Oilers lead the series 3-0. Edmonton wins. A brand new record. Congratulations, Paul Coffey.
Dvorak, nice stick handling.
He scores! What a goal! Here is Gretzky. Hat-trick goal by Ryan Smith.
We just came out here and did our business because it was a passion we had, and we were embraced by a community that we all fell in love with, and that's why everyone who's an Oiler always calls Edmonton home.
Oilers fans, with sincere appreciation for your endless passion and support all these years. One last time here at Rexall Place, your Edmonton Oilers!